Okay, so number 7, the high alert drugs. High alert drugs ki magi list aduga magi maximum dosage se patient the dispensing counter the hidak piba matamda soidanaba. Then fast expiry fast out haibagi pot se adum thetpi gadawni thetpada natana fefo se implement tawam changi whatever medicines which are near expiry or fast expiry oibiduna mamang da sum thamba aduga maning sidana ano lakpa hidak sinsina maning da sum hapkiba mingon da hidak piba matamdana mamang da gi sum piraga chatkiba, that is fast expiry fast out aduga VED categorization of drugs issue thepi gadawni in pharmacy vital drugs na karambano, essential drugs na karambano, desirable drugs na karambano. So there are 9 IEC materials which are mandate sigi above sigi mathakta akoigi national health programs like NTEP, National Vector Board, malaria ke kai sugambagi poster IEC material thetpa kashukai de, but these are the 9 IEC materials which is mandatory in pharmacy. Next up, I just these are ETL duni ETL se shida 136 khaktang la ibagi maram se magi dose to lokthok khibagi ko. For example, let's say sigi any glimepiride has a glimepiride 1 milligram 2 milligram oibado adugi mahuta glimepiride khaktang irakpagi ni thyroxine haraga 25 50 100 irakpado akoina just thyroxine khaktang ibagi admaina tenjalapani, and this is also allowed. अखोना 275 drugs to thetpagi mahutta अखोगी EDL je sumaina 136 खक्तंग ने न थेलगसु कशु कायदे अदुगा नाकन सदैसिदा अखोगी stock ana tharisida if possible stock masing do ibiragadi khwaidei phare stock masing iba ngamdragadi tik खक्तंग तौरकांदा लई हाबदुमा प्रजादा खंगहनग्रगदी that also serves the purpose. Next up sigisina khoi just interpretation amani ko primary health center natragana UPHC amagi pharmacy da sagi kanoma store na tongana ama laigiba dispensing counter na mamang da laiba dispensing counter da sida male and female se tongana khaidopi ba fefo से implement tawe haina utpiba lasa drugs identify tawbiba high alert drugs identify tawbiba VED gi categorization tawbiba EDL gi sticker se thetpiba ko aduga all drugs are free of cost sima thetpiba aduga cold chain sisu sigi nearby around se deisida thambiragadi akoi gi keno se assess tawbada lai ko. So let's see the inputs ki part. The inputs ki part for pharmacy the kai laigado habado hafet yeng minase input tamoina adequate space for store and dispensing counter hai adequate space semoina square feet masing ama e, but that is adugi do on bagi mahota akoina ngasagi store ka dispensing counter ka se phajana akoina mi mana natragana mi ani na work tawbada phajana work tawba yaragadi that serves the purpose. If ngasagi lairiba facility sigi mana koliba population do adugi cater tawbada yam chindragadi that can be called as adequate space, that is called akoigi intent fulfill tawba kawe. Then pharmacy sigi magi kenos pharmacy gi magi hek mamang the dispensing counter gi male female thariba gi mamang se akoina pura san akoigi exposed koihan bidaba shaded roof oigadaba ko drug dispensing counter se always either manung da tawba ma natragana akoina thongnau dagi hidak pibado thongnau dagi hidak to piba oitaragadi mamang do khitang da oiragasu khandhabi gadawne ba mina lakpa matam da ngahaktang di at least 5-10 minutes di ma atu da lep to inina. Then fire extinguisher in pharmacy ama laiba ma dakar lai fire extinguisher se koi ki fire safety gi aduga empty cartons mayam se mai chakpada yamna moina mai koi ki something short circuit ama tawrasu ama oirasu empty cartons sidagi mai hobagi chance yam wangi, so empty cartons mayam se koina adudagi lokthokpiyo na hai ko. Then akoigi near expiry gi shelf ama tongana corner ama tongana akoina hidak se shelf akoigi mayam leibasigi marak sidaisda nattabida tonganba corner ama natragana just tonganba shelf ama aduda near expiry drugs mayam se thambiba near expiry ga akoigi general store da laidiba mayam siga punjan bidaba near expiry haibadi 3 months taki 3 months sigi manungda expiry oiragadauba drugs mayam se oidoini ko. Then dispensing counter dadi yadre expiry expiry drugs की corner अमा लई अखोइना expired ओइबा drugs मैम से with proper अखोइगी disposal methods अखोइना dispose तौखिदोइनी either returning back to the district warehouse नत्रगना अखोइना अखोइगी level दा अखोइगी level दा dispose पु तौबु ओइतारगसु it should be a separate corner to be अखोइगी expired drugs मैम से थमननबा अमसु लई expired drugs हाइबा नत्तबा अखोइगी discarded drugs अना expired drugs हाइबगा discarded drugs हाइबगा खेतनै expired drugs हाइरगदी मागी expiry लोइबदुनी but discarded drugs अना अमा लई discarded drugs हाइरगदी for example tablets ता करिगुम्बा moisture चंगिबदगी सिजनबा यादबगुम्बा फुगाइगिबा storage फजना temperature maintain तौबदगी मांगिबगुम्बा नत्रगना any syrup गुम्बदा light exposed तौबदगी सिजनबा यादबगुम्बा those are discarded drugs adugisu tonganba corner amada thambigani they are not advisable to be kept in dispensing counter they can be kept in the store PHC का UPHC की level दा ILR and deep freezer की cold chain से it can be manungda store manungda ama khoigi jaga ama identify tawraga thambirasu yai natragana separate unit ama oirasu yai ayambanadi separate unit oinadi thamnai ILR ga deep freezer ga gi part se asigi part sigi management sisu kona details the laksage then storage for drugs racks for storage of drugs all drugs should be kept in shelves or racks or almiras makhada amata thambe yadaba any hidaki magi box pu oirasu amabu oirasu makhada de amta thambe yadaba at least wooden oigera ply oigera amagi mathakta di thangat pi batare because medicines makhada hek lairamba thengnaragadi we will lose 2 marks इंस्ट्रूमेंट की अखोगी हॉस्पिटल सॉरी फार्मेसी की अपकीप ता फार्मेसी से अखोना मेडिसिन मैम अमा थमकपनिना मेडिसिन से रूम टेम्परेचर हाई रक तारगसु अखोगी कनो से फार्मेसी से याम सारगदी टेम्परेचर से कंट्रोल तौद्रगदी हिदाक से अखोगी डिस्कार्डेड ओइरकपगी चांस लैबनिना prefer if AC hapamagadi khwai phare but AC di hapna dabnina well ventilated oigadawna have SSR na pharmacy magi manung da changakpa matamda yam saragadi we might lose 2 marks so temperature control of pharmacy should be done if possible temperature gi khogi room temperature gi magi indicator ama laibado aduma happy ba oitaragadi it will impress the assessor AC hapangamdragasu it's okay but it has to be well ventilated thongna hangba kashu kaide temperature control of drugs at the pharmacy and store drugs ki temperature se control tawbada refrigerator season nagani refrigerator is refrigerator di yam darkar like pharmacy gi di refrigerator ama thamba matamda magi temperature gi logbook darkar lai magi thermometer ama manung da darkar lai thermometer gi indicator mapan da darkar lai staffs should know what when to defrost and what is the holdover time of the refrigerator holdover time hai taragadi refrigerator amagi mai mut khraba matamda kayam kuina ingba ngamge haibadu holdover time oidoini defrosting can be done every 2 weeks depending on the refrigerator sometimes huzikandi refrigerator the frost free refrigerator so la a directorate gi pirak pasu frost free refrigerator pirak pa yawe so if frost free refrigerator oitaragadi defrosting tawdrasu yani but defrosting tauba refrigerator oitaragadi aikoigi temperature gi logbook ta defrosting gi records ama happy gani अखोई फार्मेसी रेफ्रिजरेटर ILR deep freezer सुगुम्बा मयाम से मागी टेम्परेचर मेंटेन तौरगा लैननबा पावर बैकअप अमा दरकार लै सेल कोना सप्लाई तौबा सोलर याव तारगदी इट्स बेस्ट नत्रगना जनरेटर गुम्बा लैरगदी अदुसुदुम याय अदुगा मसाइगी फार्मेसी की रेकॉर्ड ता पावर आउटेज रेकॉर्ड्स अना अमगा हापकनी मई पुंग कया दगिना कया भौ मुटखिगे हाइबगी रेकॉर्ड अमख अखोइना बोर्ड ता सेमकांदा थंबीनेबा नॉट नेसेसरीली अ रजिस्टर बट अखोइना चे अमदा डेट अमा थारगा पावर आउटेज लैखिबसे कईगुम्बा पावर आउटेज पुंग 13 दा मई मुटख्रे पुंग अनि भौ लाक्ट्रे अदुगा पुंग अनि सिदैसा अखोइना जनरेटर थारे सो पुंग 13 दैना अनि भौ आउटेज तौरे पुंग अनि दा जनरेटर थारे पुंग अहुम भौ थारगा अहुम दगी अमुंग मई लाए जनरेटर की बैकअप तुना 1 आवर पीरे सुमाइन तौदना पावर आउटेज एंड बैकअप की रिकॉर्ड क्लिपबोर्ड ता नसाई की टेम्परेचर की लॉगबुक से मगा थंबदो दमाइना अमा थंबियोबा Then annual maintenance contract for cold storage of ILR and deep freezer. Sigisima moina kanoma checkpoint ama yawi. If AMC laitaragadi, we will get 2 marks. If laita taragasu, it's okay because akoigi sigi particular quick measurable elements da checkpoint mangatar yawi manungda measurable checkpoint amma khaktani ko AMC ki. So out of 10 you might lose 2 marks. So it's okay if AMC is not there. AMC huzik loina implementi tauba haurabani mayam phone tauragadi ILR ga left deep freezer ga do adugi duna ihan hana adum taubi ba yai lab ki di calibration ke yam kanna need oide ai adugi part ma horen ai laksage bako. So AMC for ILR and deep freezer kaigumba lakpa ngamgragadi yam phare. Then store management. Store ki management se akoina hanasu ayamba dum pharmacy da changba matamda kaya kalp ki matamda bu oirasu NQAS ki baseline matamda bu oirasu mayam khangudi kharang khangbiram gani, but just koi amuka revise ta use. First thing, glass bottles. Bottles se kai gumba glass oiraba anything glass akoi ki kai yaba fragile oiba poto oitaragadi fragile oiba pot se oitaragadi mase kanogi shelf sigi edge to the amata thambaya deva manung kitang changsel akanda thambadaba, not stored at the edge of the shelf. Si chi yam important oi glass oiramaga akoi ki kanoda hidak se yam phajana di thambaga edge the glass oiramagadi, we will lose 2 marks. Number 2, the look alike and sound alike medicines are identified. Lasa drug se laga thamba khaktang na yade ko. Lasa drug se look alike ki drugs, sound alike ki drugs moi myam se identify tawbirani karam karam bano list ama theto pirani aduga implement tawbirani habidi moi se look alike sound alike drugs se kaidau ngai da punna thamba yadeba. They have to be stored separately. Aduna look alike sound alike drugs se identify tawroga display tawbiraga implement tawbirga. They are to be stored separately. Adugi details I kona laksage. Medicines are stored away from water, dampness and direct sunlight. Sidi mayam adum khangbire damp oiba makhada thamba yadaba chochot lawba jaga da pharmacy ocean bidaba aduga direct sunlight yaiba oidaba. Shells khudingmak label tawbiba ko. Shells khudingmak label tawbiba hai taragadi akoina kaigumba hidak se akoina thamba matamda if akoina alphabetically sort tawbu oitaragadi A B C natragana A1 A2 A3 B1 B2 B3 adamaina shell sing se akoina label tawgani. Otherwise therapeutic oitaragadi example anti anemics, anti diabetics, anti diarrheals, the drugs for gastric or cardiovascular medicines kind sumaina therapeutic category da tauba ama natragana alphabetical order da tauba ama adumaina shells are labeled. All shells are labeled. Drugs with same name and different strength are stored separately. For example, glimepiride ki example amma lauzage. Glimepiride 1 zu laire, glimepiride 2 zu laire. Ado itaragadi G hariba box da G hariba box da hidak mayam yaurangani. G1 haiba box da hidak mayam yaurangani. G2 haiba box da hidak mayam yaurangani. If possible, G1 duna some G container amada hapiyu, glimepiride 2 duna container atopa amada hapiyu ba. Aduna metformin gi su M1 da ama hapiro, M2 da ama hapiro. 500 to M1 da hapiro, M2 da na 500 to hapiro. Akoi gi hidak mayam je yambanina box amamam dadi alphabetical order the alphabet key wise lairi hidak mayam se loin chandamnina we will need at least 2 or 3 boxes per alphabet. Aduna M1 harga metformin 500, M2 harga metformin 1000 sumaina hapiyo. Then heavy items like IV fluids like IV fluids mayam se khwaidagi lowest shelves akoigi base oiriba shelf achaubudugi khwaidagi pillar makhagi base oiriba adudai duda oina IV fluid mayam se hapiyo haibani. Aduga as I have mentioned earlier, number 7 said drugs are stored according to alphabetical order or therapeutic category, but I would suggest please store it according to alphabetical order because assessor amana hida ama satlauna hangjalakpa matamda therapeutic category da sort tautaragadi pharmacist na pai satlauna koigi hidak se piba matamda ngahaktang matam changeba. Alphabetical oitaragadi yam laire metformin F they are like lignocaine L they are atropine E the yarongani example. So mind tawdana drugs should be stored according to alphabetical order or therapeutic category. sida sumaina just example khara ai keno tawjage example khara haijage sida yengbiyo box ki labeling se aina hoji haiba dumaina indexing tawbiba haitare akoina register number 1 autoclave register number 2 biomedical waste register kain tawraga thietpado adu thietpadu ki mawongda ngasai gi box mayam sisu activated charcoal ne A1 da yawba acyclovir su A1 da yawbani adrenaline su A1 da yawbani albendazole su A1 da yawbani amlodipine na A2 da yawrangani sumain tawdana akoigi magi box ki number se index tawbiyoba songi lairiba sigisena alphabetical order da mana su tawbani aduga somna
ये वो dismissing
aduna somna kangi right side ta laisena mana therapeutic category da sort tawbane ko then sigi matang sida lasa drugs ki matang da question yam lay mayam na lasa drugs se yam tawdi tawjaraga soiba yam yawa lasa drugs se ado aina khwai hana na haining badi lasa drugs have se lasa je hana amtang laga saga tungan na pabiyoba look alike drugs are separate, sound alike drugs are separate. Sumaina lasa hairaga hidak ani se laiba nateba. Look alike na tonganba hidak ki category amani, sound alike na hidak ki category tonganba amaneba. Lasa hairaga look alike sound alike se hidak ani khak box ani khakta oiroiba. Look alike ki akhoi sida lairiba look alike hairaga A ga B ga se look alike oire, C ga D ga look alike oire, E ga F ga look alike oire, G ga H ga look alike oire. Similarly, sound alike haga Y ga Z ka sound alike oiba, W ga X ka sound alike. Not necessarily A B se sound alike oiramgani haiba yadev. Look alike is different, sound alike is different. Look alike should be stored separately, sound alike should be stored separately. Sidai sida aina look alike the left side ta lairiba mayam sina pink na mark tawraga, right side ta laisina blue na mark tawri se. Look alike ki drugs, for example, ani haiseba. Look alike drug ani le oxytocin ga lidocaine ga se manaren khalaseba. Oxytocin ga lidocaine ga se manaren khalaseba. Example, adoi taragadi oxytocin na pink ta hapiu lidocaine na blue da hapiu. For example, hydralazine ga phenylephrine ga manaren khalaseba. Hydralazine sina pink ta hapiro, phenylephrine sina blue da hapiro. So mind tawdana, for example, sound alike drugs kisu dopamine ga dobutamine ga se manaren khalaseba. Dopamine se pink ta hapiro, dobutamine sina blue da hapiro. Sumaina aduna lasa drugs haraga lasa drugs haraga akoigi aina ayamba facility singda ujabada lasa haraga just a akoigi dopamine dobutamine is a lasa drug sumaina hekta haiba yawramebako that is not correct. Lasa haise look alike is a different category. Look alike sina tongan bani, sound alike sina tongan bani. Adu akoina what we have to keep in mind is it has should be always kept separate. Example khara yeng seba sida these are look alike drugs yeng sida sigi keno ani se piba matamda yam manai sigi ani sisu machu se green yam manai sigi ani sisu yam manai si yam manai sida di khangbu khangdre. For example, if I zoom it sida Sigi ani se yam thina mane amana lidocaine ne amana oxytocin ne. These are look alike drugs. Look alike drugs se sida example khara ai yenghanjage. Sound alike drugs haragana sumaina olvans, oleans, amlodipine, amitriptyline, etinolol, allopurinol, carbamazepine. Sigi se yengbadadi kem mana roiba, but there moise wa haibadadi mana hogdaba. Wa haibadadi like sound alike oiba, but they are yengbadabudi look alike oidaba. So how do we implement the storage of look alike and sound alike drugs? Akoina method ani sizinaba yai. Look alike, sound alike drugs ki implementation se in the facility level we can adopt two. One is for sound alike drugs, toll letters method. Sigi aina kenota using se box ni ko. Box sida toll letters na sumaina thagiba. For example, these are all pink boxes. Pink boxes sida bupropion ga buspirone ga se tham base sumain tham taraga su magi toll letters sumaina mabani the differentiating oibasing se tongan mathak ta sumaina ibiba. This is toll letters method. for sound alike drugs sumaina akoina magi lairiba box daisida iba matamda toll letters na tawraga irakanda hidak se shelf da store tawba natragana color coding method. Color coding method sida I can see many facilities lasa drugs hairaga pink look alike sina akoigi pink the store tawe sound alike sina blue the tawe kind hairpa natragana look alike sound alike hairga hidak ani kha hairga pink ka blue ga da natragana red ka blue ga da tawe hairba ko adumaina natte ko so look alike ki tonganba sound alike ki tonganba sida is the example look alike the hydralazine and hydroxyzine laireng khalase hydralazine sina pink color or red color da hapiro aduga extreme side atopa amada thambiro hydroxyzine sina blue da hapiro aduga sigi sticker se pharmacy da thepiro look alike drugs sumaina lay pink the hydralazine yawi ondansetron yawi oxytocin yawi in the red box or hydroxyzine phenylephrine lidocaine sigi sina blue da hape adu gadi horen confusion chatpagi chance sunglai leiraroiba khone hidak piramdaida hydralazine hairaga red box dagi taklauna lawthoani hydroxyzine di blue da yawina blue dagi lawthokpa blue dagi dum lawthokrani ma di somda hydralazine gi nearby da kano tawra aroiba so look alike sound alike ki implementation se first thing akhona identify ama tawbiraba adugi look alike sound alike drugs mayam do facility da display tawbiraba aduga implement tawbase up to you up to the facility toll letters ki method ta tawbiba ama natragana color coding method ta tawbiba ama color coding se look alike drugs ki left side ta lairiba hidak mayam do loina mag red ta hapchan biro look alike ki right side ta lairiba mayam do loina blue da hapchan bigro sound alike ki su chamane sound alike ki su left side ta lairiba medicine mayam do loina red ta hapchan bigro right side ta lairiba mayam do na blue da hapchan bigro so this is how we implement the lasa drugs at the store high alert drugs ko high alert drugs se koina identify to bom changi high alert drugs se adrenaline lebetalol even akoigi aspirin NSAIDs adugumba mayam ma yawi just akoina sigi se high alert drugs se identify tawraga display tawba ma changi but always please remember high alert drugs se display tawba matamda magi maximum dosage su yawi gadawne ko so these are some of the examples of high alert drugs for PHC level support services ta nasai gi akoina hidak lei hidak koida thammi ba hidak mayam sigi maintenance ki part se ni ko so sigi part se dane khwai da gi hena pharmacy gi natragana stock ki maintenance ta khwai da gi hena tricky oiba part se tapna sigi part se cover tawmina se mayam question lairaga di marakta dum hangbirak pa yani kwai ha hambada akhoi gi surplus ki stock haiba ama expiry and near expiry ki maintenance surplus ki stock hai taragadi akhoi da calcium chama darkar laibada lishingama pisilakpa se akhoi da sum thamadi kanada banina adugi poto letter amaga loinana akhoi gi nearby facility da natragana sub centers da natragana CHC da natragana district ki warehouse da shift tawthokiba adugi mechanism ama laibigadauba if surplus stocks yam laitaragadi husikan gi manipur gi situation se akhoi na camp sing se da pibase relief camp ta piba health camp ta pithuamba sugumba mayam se surplus mayam se aduda oina chathalle habisu kasu kaide ko then nasa aina haijaba near expiry drugs ki tonganba shelf ama mayamga punba nattaba shelf near expiry drugs ki tonganba shelf ama thambiba aduga expired drugs away from the dispensing counter sina surplus ki adagi expiry near expiry drugs mayamgi magi maintenance haitare bin card system is implemented bin card system se stock room gi oina oidoini madi dispensing counter da sizinade ko akoina bin card ki system se mayam ubirangani ai mathangda sigi next slide da details da haizerake bin card is supposed to be implemented at a stock room of PHCs UPHCs and sub centers next the akhoi stock register ama maintain tauba indent register dispensing register expiry drug register sigi mari sima pharmacy gi oina mandatory oina akoina maintain tauba mathau tai quarterly physical verification of stock tauba mathau tai che da lairi siga actual physical lairi siga manabra haba then ngasai jo hai kiba VED gi categorization do tauba ama mathau tai ख्वाइदगी इंपोर्टेंट ओइबा बफर स्टॉक रीऑर्डर लेवल एंड मिनिमम ऑर्डर लेवल से अखोइना डिफाइन तौबा अमा मथौ ताइ अखोइगी कंजम्पशन सिंग सिगी मतुंग इन हाइ तारे अखोइदा अखोइगी फैसिलिटी सिदा फार्मेसी सिना पीरिबा अखोइगी मयामदा इशू तौरिबा ड्रग्स मयाम सिगी रिकॉर्ड से येंगागा मागी एवरेज कंजम्पशन येंगनी मागी लीड टाइम येंगनी मागी स्टॉक आउट्स येंगनी अदुगा मागी बफर स्टॉक रीऑर्डर लेवल एंड मिनिमम ऑर्डर लेवल सिगी तोंगानबा डिटेल दा आई ngasi slide amma mayamda haijaramge FO display tawre implemented at the storage cells sima yare ko so aina hojik bin card system hai base bin card se every box khuding makki koigi magi amlodipine gi or metformin gi or telmisartan gi magi box lairi basing sigi natragana sigi hidak sing sigi box mayam ama pairi badu gi makha da store da bin card se koina thet ka doine bin card se dai sida magi code number ama yaram gani yaw tu su kai de material ki description duma yaram gani batch number ama ini aduga unit of measurement ama ini akoina कईगुंबा स्ट्रिप ता चलन गे हारगा सु सी स्ट्रिप ता दम इबे याय टेबलेट ता चलन गे हारगा ना टेबलेट ता इबे याय बट अखोइना डीबीटीएमएस कई कई तौबा मयाम जे टेबलेट्स ता लोइन तौबनिना अखोइना यूनिट ऑफ मेजरमेंट से टेबलेट ता तौतारगदी हेना होरेन रिपोर्ट थाबदा नुंगायन तौबन सो bin card system sida yaudoi se magi serial number ama yaurani date ama yaurani say for example ngasi gi date ta june gi 18 da opening balance da 12 lay 212 lay bani ngasi gi numit sida CMO dagi 400 ama thila ame quantity chama ama akhoi pharmacy da dispensing counter da natragana OPD da chalhankhre aduga closing balance da 512 lay harakan da mi sina signature se tawram doine ba in the bin card system mayam na yam common noiba question amaka khange ba why bin card system if we have the stock register the same thing se akoina maintain tawri se bin card ta amuk tawbasigi maram kai gi do na hange bin card is for physical stocks. Physical box today to the yauriba masing mayam do physically labor sing dunibus days the e dois. Sidai akoina stock register the git sam hapsen grabinina e gibado bin card sidai adu e roiba. Bin card ti akoina actual magi laiba physical stock mayam do bin card tagi yeng khangduineba. Aduna akoina huren sidai haire iba quarterly physical verification of stocks and amatauduise it is just the tally of bin card and stock register. Stock register the lairiba drugs mayam do not necessarily physically lairamgani haiba yadeba but bin card the lairiba stock sing to the physically soidana lairamganeba because bin card ta khone iduishidi count tawraga idoineba. So that is why we need to maintain bin card as well as stock register and we need to tally this either annually or quarterly or biannually. Next thing, this is the stock register. Stock register of PHC, UPHC or subcenters. The ina mamang da makak share tauzabani chap manai sigi sina just kitang magi kano se magi column kitang hengat pai wani but this is the general idea of a stock register. Stock register se koina semba matamda sida yauriba koigi parameter mayam se sigi detail se laita ragadi akhoi average consumption maximum consumption lead time stock out days aduga horen forecasting tauba buffer stock reorder level minimum order level sigi mayam se calculate tauba da yamna kano akhoi yamna help tauganeba sida akoina forecasting tauba matamda magi buffer stock reorder level sumba mayam se sigi just one page of stock register se yengbadagi loinama calculate tauba yanaba sema aba magi stock register gi format nebako so let's see stock register da koina kai kai yauni number 1 the serial number name of the medicine to oidini ko sigi one page se telmisartan gi oibai natragana atropine gi oibai lignocaine gi oibai any drug amagi oibai ko se koi gi ispagula gi oibai activated charcoal gi oibai any oibai sigi kanos magi format se date amahan irani date sida opening balance kaya lairambano opening balance se kaigumba yamda taragadi akoina indent tawbagi quantity ama sida ini indent kanada tawbano sigi numit sida quantity receive tawba laibra receive tawba lairagadi kanada gi receive tawbano aduga stock balance ngasagi opening balance sida quantity receive taw taragadi magi stock balance ama thogla ani stock balance gi matungda quantity kaigumba issue tawba lai taragadi quantity issue tawba lai taragadi adugi sigi quantity issue do sida irani then kanada issue tawbono irani then closing balance ꯏꯔꯛꯑꯅꯤ ꯁꯤꯗꯩꯁꯤꯗ so sigi example ama ai lauraga haizage but sigi example laudringida koina forecasting of drugs koina hanjan na mayam confusion yam chatpa pharmacist ki level da buffer stock calculate tauba reorder level calculate tauba minimum order level calculate tauba kamai taudoino haibedo just yam samlapna yam line ai haizaram gebako. So first thing, before we do the forecasting of drugs, buffer stock calculate tawdringaida reorder level or minimum order level calculate tawdringaida aikoina aikoigi stock register sigi details se fazana laiba ma changeba sigi same stock register sini ko hujiki aina uchchabado sigi scenario ama khak ai mayam da uchchageba ko sigi scenario se amtang yengbiyo mayam just for 2 minutes sigi se da kitang concentrate tawraga yengbiyo ko because buffer stock minimum order level kai kai hotpadi yam lai but khwaidagi important oiridi adugi aduda changadoriba parameter mayam se puthokpa sineba sigi amlodipine gi sigi stock register sidagi akoina ubase amtang yengbiyo ko 1st of June 2025 da akoigi opening balance 1000 lairameba 1000 lairamba numit sida 1st June days da indent tawba laite receipt tawbasu laite quantity se akoina 200 khak akoigi dispensing counter da pighiba 200 se lishing amadagi pithokhradi 800 lehoreba sumain tawdana date 5 ta amuk 800 lo 800 ngasagi balance laibadudagi quantity 200 ama OPD da akoina issue tawghiba 600 lemhoreba 600 se date 10 da balance lairami 600 sidagi amuk akoina dispensing counter da date 10 da 200 ama mu pithokre 400 lemhoreba sumain tawdana 15 da 400 khatang ngairena 400 khatang ngairena akoina quantity se 800 ama indent tawre CMO da indent tawre hairase natragana district ki warehouse da indent tawre na hairase ko then 800 indent ti tawgre quantity issue tawe 200 ama 400 sidagi 200 chatkragadi 200 ama lehore sigi numit se akoigi indent tawkhiba numit tuni ko then 17 sida 200 ama ngasai balance lairambado chama ama dispensing counter da pithokre aduga 100 ama lemhore sigi 100 lemhore se akoina date 19 da quantity se issue tawthokre dispensing counter da aduga closing balance se 0 khak lehore date 19 da akoigi amlodipine hairiba hidak se date 19 da stock out chatkhre date 19 da stock out chatle aduga date 22 da stock out chatkhrabe hidak se quantity se 800 akoina ngasai date 15 da indent tawkhibado date 22 da 800 se quantity receipt tawre district warehouse tagi aduna zero lairambado 800 hapkala abanina akoigi stock balance se 800 laireba 800 se closing balance laire sigina refill tawrakpa numit tuniko stock out chatkhiba numit na date 19 refill tawrakpa numit na date 22 then date 25 sida 800 ngasagi akoigi stock se lairame adudagi 200 ama quantity se issue tawgraga 600 ama leme 600 lem horiba sidagi date 30 gi numit sida 200 ama issue tawgraga closing balance ta 400 ama leme sigi se date 1 daina 30 buki akoigi stock ki report neba aduda akoina total issue tawgibase 1400 tablets oidoineba sigi small format of stock register sidagi akoina extract tawba yaba data jingje haijarakebako khwaidagi ihan hanbada lead time haidi kaino haikanda akoina lead time haidi kaino haikanda akoina hidak se district ta natragana CMO da natraga state ta indent tawkhraba matungda akoigi hidak se physically akoigi center da lakpa se sigi sina akoina lead time kaweba lead time je sidai sida kya oigada ki haibadi yengse adum date 15 da akoina 800 se indent tawkhibani ko aduga date 22 da 800 se lakpaneba indent na 15 da refill na 22 da adoi taragadi akoigi lead time se 5 days ne sorry 7 days ne sida ina soidana lead time se 5 days irame 7 days oigadauni ko so date 15 da indent tawre 22 da refill tawre that means date 22 da refill tawre that means akoigi lead time se 7 days oire sigi sina number 1 number 2 da akoigi stock out days yengseba date 19 da hidak se stock out chatkibaneba date 19 da stock out chatkhibase date 22 da aem 19 the stock out chaki base 22 the lakta ragadi magi stock out days for this particular medicine tablet amlodipine se sigi stock out days se 3 days oi ahambada lead time khange 7 days number 2 the stock out days khange ahum subada akhoi average daily consumption nama laine average daily consumption sina kaino hai kanda akoina issue tawgriba hidak se sigi issue tawgriba hidak se 1400 से था अमदा अखोइना इशू तौगिबनेबा dispensing counter दबो ओइरो OPD दबो ओइरो these are all consumed सिगी से consume तौगिबसे 30 दनिना मागी average consumption से 1400 divided by 30 days ओइतारगदी about 46 tablets से अखोइगी average daily consumption ओइदोइनेबा So, akoina sigi sidagi ubo phange average daily consumption ama total consumption divided by 30. Number 2 the lead time ama khange date 15 the order tawgibani date 22 the lae 7 days is our lead time. Stock out days se date 19 the stock out chatkibani date 22 the stock lae stock out days se 3 days ama laire is the stock out days khange. Lastly ama tanga laeba average maximum consumption na maximum consumption sina akoina daily ki 46 kumba average ta akoina consume tawrise sigi se akoina dispensing counter dagi nongmada 46 tagi henba khwaidagi hena numit amada chatkiba consumption se akoina dispensing counter gi registers de yengbada thidokpa matamda amlodipine gi stock se dispensing counter gi register dagi thidokpa matamda amakhak yauramgane which is more than 46 days which is more than 46 tablets aduga khwaidagi hena thadugi oina yam chatpa haitare for example akoigi keno numit camp ama tawba numit ama oire adudai the 56 tablets se pithokibane na hairse so that is the maximum consumption aduna akoina hojik sida forecasting tawge haiba matamda average consumption am changani maximum consumption am changani lead time ama changane maximum consumption ama average consumption ama lead time ama hojiki ph2 dagi akhoi loinamak adugi data jing se phange ko phangabani na akhoi hojik hotpa yare buffer stock haiba ama minimum order level haiba ama reorder level haiba ama hotpa yare buffer stock sina magi formula se ai formula se an haijaramge but sigi se line na ba mong da ai interpretation jo haijage bako buffer stock se kaino hai kan nga sai ki dispensing counter da akhoi gi nomagi chatliba average consumption to dagi yam hena chatkiba numit amakhakta yaukhiba consumption gi amount to adugi amount to dagi average daily consumption se khaido aga lead time na into to sigi potsina kaigino haiba matamda in case kaigumba adugumba thodu ama tholak taragadi unexpected consumption ama lak taragadi adugi poto akuna store tawraga thamhongna baneba buffer stock sina so buffer stock is for just in case of unexpected consumptions buffer stock kamaina hot ke habada nasai dispensing counter dagi maximum daily consumption do adudagi average daily consumption je khaido ba aduga lead times na into to lead time na into toisina kaigino haibada aikoida hidak se indian akoina idnet tawa matamda magi matam kitang di changidana ngasai su hapta ama changidana aduduna ni ko so minimum order level buffer stock asima yare ai interpretation da mo haijara ki aduni hena su gyan tani buffer stock haiba ma laire then comes minimum order level haidi kaino hai kanda akoina hidak se ngasai gi lead time gi manung sida hidak se indent tawgraba matungda hidak se akoida lairami be hidak se loisan graba matungda akoina indent tawre indent tawringai manung hapta ama se sidai sida akoigi stock khara thamdaba yade Indian tawgringai marak to hidak se pihaunaba that is minimum order level this is also called as the lead time stock which is average daily consumption which is 46 in our case into lead time which is 7 days ngasai to 7 days hamne ado aina 5 ta igre ko adum 5 ni na lawra se khoi gi lead time se numi mangani da hidak se koina indian tawgraga numi mangani da la e na lawra se so minimum order level sina average daily consumption ngasai gi 46 to adu dai da lead time ni into to that is the minimum order level then comes the reorder level sina kaino hai kanda karam kanda akoina store dagi karam kanda indent tawdoino haibase sigi sineba reorder level haisena aduna reorder level is nothing but the sum of buffer stock and minimum order level aduna reorder level se akoina karam kanda reorder tawgadage habani ngasai mamangda akhoi gi sigi chanipan lairambado chanipan lairambase sigi sida akoina kaigumba medicine se 70 ga sigi 230 sorry si 273 is my slide visible? Okay. So sigi reorder level sina buffer stock ka minimum order level ka ki buffer stock plus minimum order level to pulla kanda reorder level ta doine bako sigi interpretation ama tum ai uchara ke bako sida yengbiro ba akoi ki June ki ngasai gi lairiba register dudagi akoina kai phangi tha amada 1400 tablets akoina dispense tawthokre na haire tha amada dispense 1400 tablets dispense tawgi taragadi daily gi about 46 tablets akoi dispense tawe habine that is the average daily consumption. Next the maximum consumption laire maximum consumption hairagadi dispensing counter dagi 46 dagi hen ba khwai dagi hen na tha du da khoi gi dispense tawgibase adugi number amount to kaya no haire lokhalaga 56 laire men khalase akhoi gi lead time do date 15 da indent tawgraga date 20 da hidak la e aduduna akhoi gi lead time je 5 oire sigi ahum se laitaragadi akhoi gi number 1 buffer stock se hotpa yare koina 56 maximum consumption which is 56 minus average daily consumption which is 46 into lead time adoi taragadi about 50 tablets se akoi ki buffer stock oire minimum order level da 46 average daily consumption do average daily consumption akoi ki 46 to da nasai gi 5 se na lead time se na into tauragadi 230 tablets se akoi na minimum order level oire reorder level calculate tauge hairagadi ngasai buffer stock lairiba 50 siga minimum order level 230 siga in plus tausan bada 280 tablets tare sigi sina forecasting tauba matamda yarani buffer stock calculate taure minimum order level calculate taure reorder level calculate taure at the same time cd akoina just stop the ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯣꯛ ꯑꯥꯎꯠ ꯆꯠꯇꯅꯕ ꯊꯝꯕ ꯄꯣꯠ ꯉꯥꯛꯇꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯗꯤ ꯍꯤꯗꯥꯛꯁꯦ ꯀꯌꯥꯝ ꯗꯔꯀꯥꯔ ꯂꯩꯔꯤ ꯊꯥ ꯑꯃꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯦꯚꯔꯦꯖ ꯗꯦꯂꯤ ꯀꯟꯖꯝꯁꯟꯁꯦ 46 ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯠ 50ꯅꯤꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯣꯛ ꯄꯥꯝꯃꯦꯕ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯠ 50ꯅꯤꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯣꯛꯇꯣ 1380 ꯇꯦꯕ꯭ꯂꯦꯠꯁꯤꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤꯗꯤ ꯁꯣ ꯊꯥ ꯑꯃꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯣꯛ ꯑꯥꯎꯠ ꯆꯠꯇꯅꯕ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯄꯣꯠ ꯉꯥꯛꯇꯅꯤ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯕꯐꯔ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯣꯛ ꯃꯤꯅꯤꯃꯝ ꯑꯣꯔꯗꯔ ꯂꯦꯚꯦꯜ ꯔꯤꯑꯣꯔꯗꯔ ꯂꯦꯚꯦꯜ ꯁꯤꯒꯤꯁꯤꯅ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯅ ꯊꯝꯈ꯭ꯔꯒ ꯑꯦꯚꯔꯦꯖ ꯀꯟꯖꯝꯁꯟ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯊꯥ ꯑꯃꯒꯤ ꯀꯟꯖꯝꯁꯟ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯗꯤꯁꯄꯦꯟꯁ ꯇꯧꯗꯣꯔꯤꯕ ꯗꯔꯀꯥꯔ ꯂꯩꯗꯣꯔꯤꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯑꯦꯚꯔꯦꯖ ꯀꯟꯖꯝꯁꯟꯁꯤꯗ 30 ꯗꯦꯖꯅ ꯏꯟꯇꯨ ꯇꯧ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ 1380 ꯇꯦꯕ꯭ꯂꯦꯠꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ over and above the buffer stock and minimum order level above this stock 1380 se aikoida leiba ama mathau tae so makhagi interpretation sida amtang yengbiyu ko saista ngasai dagi hairiba mayam se just sigi single diagram sina amu hena bhap ta ba hen ganeba sigi right side te yengbiyu ko 1000 sigi makhada 1660 stock se 1660 stock se ngasai ge khoi ki sida lairiba 1380 sine 280 sine si pulla kanda sorry si se so akoina sidaisida hidak se yengbiyo ba akoina sidaisida hidak se about we have 1660 tablets laireng khalase bako 1660 tablets laireng khalase ma se nungti gi sum akoina sum tam tamna patient da piba sum haure 1660 tablets lairame tapna akoi je sum piba sum haure bako sum haure akan sida magi 230 yaurakpa timing se 230 yaurakpa timing sida reorder level oirabaneba 230 yaurakpa matamda akhoi indent se pidoineba indent se kaya pidoino haiba matamda koina indent se 230 yaurakpada kaya pidoino haiba matamda mai ngasai gi minimum order level se sigi 230 siga 1380 which is akhoi gi expected consumption for the next 30 days se ani se pulla kanda akoina 1160 tablets se sigi pot se akoina indent tawdoineba sigi sida sum tapna minimum akoina 230 sida indent tawgreba 230 sida indent tawgre but still hidak se yauraktre sigi sida indent se lakaneba sigi sina lead time sigi marak se lead time neba lead time gi stock neba ngasai gi sigi 230 se 230 si loirakpa matamda bawda kaigumba hidak se lakta taragadi akoina buffer stock tagi sizinagane to sidagi hidak se tapna sum lakpa aduga nasaigi akoigi reorder level haise kaino haiba matamda nasaigi reorder level se buffer stock ka minimum order level ga gi akoigi apunba amount se 230 se yaurakpa matamda 230 si yaurakpa matamda aikoina indent tawdoineba aduna reorder level sigi magi significance se kaino haiba matamda aikoida buffer stock ama lairaba minimum order level ama lairaba ani se lairingaida nasaigi akoina indent se tawhoba se sigi mafam se aidi the amount akoigi drugs ki lairiba stock akoigi 230 daisda indent tawgadoba matam se sigi seneba akoigi reorder level haise so akoina forecasting of drugs tawbra haiba matamda akoina we will tell the assessors we calculate buffer stock, we calculate minimum order level, and we calculate the reorder level. Buffer stock hai taragadi maximum consumption minus average consumption into lead time adugiduna khwaidagi hana sidai sida thamani sigi mathak sidai sida nasagi lead time the sizinagadauba stock haidi lead time stock or minimum order level which is lead time into average daily consumption, that is 230 tablets aduma plus tausalani sigi mathak sidai sida akoina ngasai tha amagi akoigi expected akoigi apa akoina akoidagi chatkadoba dispense tawgadoba drug ki stock tuma add tausan taragadi we have the ideal stock of 1660 stock, which is the ideal stock. So sigi potse tarakna hotnabada buffer stock reorder level minimum order level si tarakna hotnabada khwaidagi ihan hanbada sigi stock register sidagi magi data mayam je hana lokhatpa ama change stock register dagi kai lokhatkani average daily consumption am lokhatlani maximum consumption ama dispensing register dagi lokhatlani lead time ama khangani buffer stock hotke hai taragadi maximum consumption du dagi average consumption khaidoga lead time ne into taurani this is just akoina store taugani because of any unexpected consumptions then minimum order level or the lead time stock hairagadi average magi average daily consumption do adudai multiplied by lead time which is 5 for us adugiduna consumption akoigi lead time gi manungda consumption do check taunanaba then reorder level aisina karam kanda indent taugadage hidak se sum use tawra aba matungda akoida just akoina calculate tawraga hana thambani calculate tawraga thambada sigi mafamsibu hek yauragadi in this scenario 230 tablets pu yauragadi akoi reorder tawrani na haiba mafamdo that is the reorder level which is buffer stock plus minimum order level aduga sigi mathak sida akoina next month ki requirement haibadi average daily consumption into average daily consumption into 30 days adugi consumption duma add tawsalani then we will get the ideal stock lakpa matamda minimum order level ki stock tuga ngasai gi akoi gi next ki requirement laidori beduga pullaga akoina indent tawbi gi taragadi akoi ideal stock to phanganeba. So this is the basic idea about buffer stock, minimum order level, and reorder level. Mayam, I amtang just feedback amakata habi yun mayam si se bhab tabra amuka hanzira. Especially pharmacists yaw taragadi. Kitang kano tawdriba oriented oidriba oitaragadi ay amuktanga hanjarakeba if needed. Bhab tarasu tari habi yun amta. Sida ay feedback amakak pamem because this ayamba matamda confusion yam chatkaleba sigis. Please, anybody?
Sir, I think sir. Sigi sir, khoi amuhana akoina kano tawgadabase Indian tawgadabase sa. Sigi order level si yauragadi tawdoineba.
Mane.
Ado sigi yaw tawgadaba matamsida akoina how much se kayam tawgadage se sa. Ngasagi ideal stock to. adu tawgadoibra natragana
ideal natte ideal stock tawgadoba natte akhona na hoi ideal stock se akhona ideal stock haraga di sigi se nataba nana indian tawgadoiba masing se kaino hai kanda na ki estimated next month ta changadoba consumption ama lairedana ko average consumption in 230 days 1380 ma lairedana aduga magi ngasai gi 230 which is the minimum order level
230 hoi cha
ko 230 ngasai minimum order level do
hoi
minimum order level plus nangi next ki stock to adu oidoiba
next stock
chitana yoko akoina next month nana how much to indent se for example nangi 1660 is your ideal stock ko the ideal stock hai taragadi buffer stock su pullani minimum order level su pullani stock required to su pullani ahum ko then nangna 280 yorappa matam sidai sida reorder tawdoineba reorder tawdoise kayam tawgadoino haiba matam dane 230 se nangi minimum order level gi plus 1380 se sigi ani se nangna indian tawgadoiba
hoi cha yare yare
sai ko haibadi ngasai gi lead time gi stock to lead time gi stock to dinang season na thokraneba lead time gi stock to season na thokhraba season na graneba na hidak to indian tawring ida aduduna 230 ngasai gi nangi lead time gi stock which is also called as minimum order level adugi pot to adugi pot to sunang indian tawba mathau ta ne
okay sir
bab dai ko
ta jare sir thank you sir
okay adudi I continue to ba yabra ma'am if doubt lairagadi I haijaramge duga doubt laitragabudi I let's move forward okay so vaccine ki management amu yengase vaccine ki management sida temperature akoigi ILR ga deep freezer ga gi maintain tawgadawni haiba ama yaure ILR gi temperature should be 2 to 8 degrees and deep freezer gi duna -15 to 25 degrees temperature se magi charting tawbigadawni aduga SSR na yam toina yengbase thermometer akoigi ILR gi thermometer se manungda hanging position da laibra na yengi ko ayambana hekta akoigi kanoda magi tray du da thammaga hekta leramba yaweba but that is not correct thermometer se hanging position da laibra na yengbani SSR na ko temperature chart is maintained both for ILR and deep freezer staff is aware of holdover time ILR and deep freezer has functional alarm system ttt khongba adudi masagi de mokoi zlo yauzabani ko work instruction akoina display tawraga thamba di magi poster IC material amakak laibane mathaktana kwai mathaktana hepatitis B then DPT DT TT smaina magi IC material am laibane adugi dusu display tawbiba conditioning of ice packs se staff ta hangakani conditioning of ice packs I say when do we call conditioned ice pack that is akoi mayam ju khangbiramgani sweating of ice packs mapanda humang saubagi type ta akoigi beads of water thoklakpado aduga mayam na hekta kaubase shake tawba matamda ishingi makhonje tara akanda ice pack is conditioned haidoni ko aduna just mapanda keno khatang ishingi beads khatang thokle haidana su adugi do ice pack to condition tawre haiba yade sound of water on shaking laigadau then kanoda plastic ta pidabida paper envelopes akoigi atu hujikti yam taunare many facilities are implementing this akoigi kanona newspaper sena envelope se saraga staple tauraga drugs se hapakanda piba so drugs are dispensed in paper envelopes sigi damakta akoi mark ani phangi repeat drugs kaigumba for example kano mana patient amana mamangi hapta da yengiba prescription ama puraga handaksu adugi same hidak se piyo haiba matamda pharmacist na emo dagi freshly magi approval ama laura kanda pigadamo ko mamangi prescription do pura aga akhoi pharmacy da amuk hidak se lawba yadaba. Then all drug boxes are labeled legibly or company written box kaigumba khone hidak se mayamam thammen khalasi. For example, calcium se box la hai taragadi adugi company written box to adu oina dum pairasu kasu kaide, but yam laktaba oi taragadi drug ki box laidoini aduga box to dai to da magi label to bidoine ba. Drugs are not directly given from the drugstore. Drugstore piba yade hare duga strip cutting is not done. Kaigumba akoina hidak se iba matamda akoigi full for 5 days haragadi for 5 days ki pibiba natragana 10 days haragana 10 days ki pibiba aduga kaigumba just 3 days haraga su strip cutting tawbasidi yaringai tawgano na hai ko kaigumba pharmacy da scissor akoigi kakpa uraba asagi strip se kakpa utaragadi we will lose 2 marks. Expired drugs की disposal की matang da expired drugs की disposal की matang da there has been some confusion. Mi kharana black ta hap ka da bani khar hai mi kharana ye red ta hap ni hai, but according to the latest guidelines adum huziksu yellow bin da hap na dum hai ko, which is in non chlorinated yellow non chlorinated plastic bags, yellow plastic bags da is da adum hapo na hai ba ko. So this is the akoina kenoda kai gumba akoina record maintain tawtaragadi. This is the records which we need to maintain. So there is a link ama hapane which is in our akoigi SQAU gi drive ama laibne adai to the magi guidelines on management of disposed or discarded medicines sigi guideline ama yaubane. If needed so there is the dum yengbirasu yani ko. Then comes quality management, physical verification of stocks periodically reported to MO in charge. Physical verification of stocks is important. It can be done either annually or quarterly or biannually. But akoina kaigumba bin card system se phajana akoina maintain tawtaragadi bin card system phajana maintain tawtaragadi akoigi physical stock mayam se ngasagi akoigi lairiba DVDMS ki natragana akoigi stock ki kanoduga manabra na yengakanda noma phamdaraga dum yengda physical verification adum tawbe. So bin card system is very much necessary for physical verification. External assurance se akoigi random sampling of drugs for monitoring quality sigi pot se akoina just akoi state ki level da tawba yaba kai kai laigena wari sanajari, which is huziki oina di facility ki level da kitang waba yai, but this will be done in due time. Periodic prescription audits se akoina pharmacist na laiba prescription mayam sigi manasu adi record tawgani generic name da irakpa date and time yarakpa aduga horen prescription audit tawrakpa matamda magi site gi so akoina feedback lawganeba. Quality management ki part ta SOP of pharmacy and cold chain frame tawbigadawni. Work instructions for storage of drugs and cold storage sigi mayam se work instruction, any work instruction haragadi magi lairiba mafam dugi mamang da thepi doini ko. So just yam detail that changa roige, but inputs ki part ta akoigi UPHC PHC sub health centers sigi matang sida akoina laigataw drugs mayam do kitang just highlight tawzarange. Kanudadi aduga amana PHC dadi NQAS na magi checklist ta magi drugs singhai available oigadawbani haina identify tawiko, but UPHC gi dadi it is written as per EDL na loin chatpani ko. Pharmacy gi part to dai to da horen moina assessment tawba lak matamda therapeutic category gi matung inna lairiba hidak mayam do facility to the laibra haina oina yengani ko. But sub-center ga primary health centers ka gidi moina kanona checklist to da dum identify tawi sigisena therapeutic magi kano mayam duni sorry therapeutic magi category duni som the laisena drugs mayam duni. For example, antifungal clotrimazole, crizofulvin, nystatin simyam sidi aina sida som utpaiwani. It is all included in the checklist also. Sigi slides ay ren ko na dum share tawzarake aduga please try to procure the drugs sida drugs se procure tawbada loinama procure tawdragasu akoigi hida akoigi procure tawbada laiga dawbasing dudi indent tawbani khangde local purchase tawbani khangde kitang yengbiyo aduga akoina horen hidak singse thamba matamda. For example, any akoina sida hidak mayam ama yawbase loinama thamba hotnabagi mahutta hidak yamdaba parts sing je sugumada oina focus tawbiyo adi hena scoring oina nabako. For example, anti anemia haga iron cyanocobalamin pyridoxine si thamba laidana ko ahum gaktangju oire sidadi mayam ma yawsale si mayam se sida target tawduk saruk pudi we better target in the ones which we can. Plasma substitutes, anti-anginal medicines, anti-infective, fungal, topical miconazole, famicidine sulfate, betamethasone, sigumba theoretical oire horen yengbada dum aidi karamba hidaksing akoida thamba yagadage habaduma dum uba phange ko ai kenodagi so slides so I share tawjarke. These are all included in the checklist also. Aduga huziki duna pharmacy gi part ni which is included in the general administration part. There are certain medicines which should be available at the department. OPD the laigadauba hidaksing, OPD the laigadauba hidaksing hairagadi iron tablets kumba, tetanus toxoid, OPV, BCC kumba vaccines में हमसे बुद्धि immunization room दसुदम यारे condoms, IUCD, ECP, OCP, examination gloves, splint using sigi kanosina consumables atopada lakre. So department wise the so moine hidak khara NQAS na checklist na khaido a department wise the gi phangada hidak sing duna sigi se oire. OPD gine sigisna labor room the oxytocin laigadauba, misoprostol laigadauba, paracetamol, xylocaine tablet, vitamin B complex, betamethasone hydralazine example, magnesium sulfate, calcium gluconate sugumba mayamse labor room da magi tray singdu da hapaga thambiyo na hai ko. Sigisna drugs which is required in the PHCs. National Health Program की मखादा RNTCP और NTEP हाना RNTCP हाई पे निमुइना checklist RNTCP दम highlight. So category 1, category 2 NTTP की drugs adagi malaria की ACT, primaquine, chloroquine sugumba mayam, leprosy की MDT, prednisolone, mental health की chlorpromazine, risperidone sugumba mayam se loinamak tham daba yade habdi nate but about tangkhai muktang thamba ngamagadi akhoi adudasu mark adum yam phangani ko. Sub health centers kina amuk tongale sub health centers CHO mayam gidi magi tonganba checklist da yaw laibanina khitang di handai sub center gi nungai ba mana EDL do loinamak laiba ngamdraga so sida NQAS na piriba checklist da is the yaw riba hidak mayam sidagi tangkhai muktang khoina thamba ngam taragadi khoi ma adum phangani ko. Aduga amukasu koina for example sida gastrointestinal medicine mayam ama yawbase loinamak thambagi mahutta tangkhai ama thambiro aduga hypolipidemics ama khakka sumai yaise diuretics furosemide kas ma ama khakka yaise sugumba sida oina target tawbiyoba because si ama khak thambada mark ani phangdoini sigi gastrointestinal hidak mayam se loinamak thambada su ma ani phangdoine. Then contraceptives, which is supposed to be available in sub-centers, anti-diabetics, thyroid, respiratory tract. Suguma mayam sidi kona NQAS to implement taropa matamda oina yengbiro ko. So this winds up with the part for pharmacy. Pharmacy gi asai gi laigiba ahambada khoi service provision, patient rights. Sigi mayam se ayamba loina huziki kenu da cover tawre. Kenu se pharmacist ki Ngasai buffer stock reorder level minimum order level calculate tawbase yamna kano tawe akhoi confusion yam chatpane but ngasai dagi aina hairiba mayamdo amata hotrasu yai ko amata hotrasu yai habadi akoida adugi hotnanaba excel sheet lay excel sheet to da ngasai gi average daily consumption adaga maximum daily consumption sigi pot se khaktang akoina enter tawba matamda buffer stock na kyano minimum order na kyano reorder na kyano matonda loin thokcharakani. So there is no need for any calculation like this. Sigi hairami bagi maram di interpretation se akoina buffer stock se thammaba mathak adugi buffer stock ki mathakta lead time ki stock se thamba lead time ki stock ki mathakta akhoi stock required for the next month to adu thamba aduga ideal stock kaya no hotok piba indent ki kaya indent kaya am tawdoino haibaduma hotok id adugi idea do laibiba reorder karang kanda tawdoino how much to indent adugi mayam do kama id kaya oidoino haibado ꯈꯪꯅꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯏꯟꯇꯔꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯇꯦꯁꯟꯁꯦ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯗ ꯎꯠꯆꯕꯅꯤ but as such there is no need for any calculation for physical calculation amata need oide. We just need the data from the stock register. We just need the data of average daily consumption, maximum consumption, and lead time. Rest it will all be calculated in Excel sheet. It will all be automatically calculated. So this ends up with the part 4 pharmacy. If there is any question regarding pharmacy, adum hangbiro aduga just 2 minutes or 3 minutes maktang marakta gap lawjage aduga we will start with the lab ki part to mok yeminarase ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dona huzik lab ki part se mok ma'am yengminarase ko lab ki part se da just like before akoina pharmacy da yenghibado dumaina magi lab ki first thing services lab ki service se OPD timing da public da phanganba magi test for ANC RTI STI any other essential tests sigi mayam se phanganba sisina service provision ki part da all tests are done at free second thing the all tests free of cost da tauba maruina di kaigumba miron biga kaigumba miron biga natragana BPL oitaragadi free of cost da tau habani but still but anyway akhoi di kanoda PPP model da taubanina loinmak free oibanina free of cost loi oire wisco marks here. Then ahum subada lab testing ki equipment magi kits magi consumables akoida matik chana laihanba adagi room do magi sample collection ki area testing ki area washing ki area sumaina tongana demarcated oiraga thambiba mari subada lairiba equipment mayam dugi corrective breakdown maintenance timely taubiba AMC lehanba calibration of equipments lehanba adagi lairiba akoigi kit mayamdugi consumables mayamdugi stock mayamdo akoina phajana manage tauba stock out chathandaba manga subada every akoida phangakpa patient khuding makse magi sample khuding maktugi magi unique ID amamam thambiba magi test tauriba singsigi requisition form ama mandatory menbiba lab ki report ama format ama define tauraga adugi report format to the menbiba lab technician ki technical ki skills from time to time magi competency se check taubiba aduga sample se kaigumba akoina referral linkage laitaragadi akoigi manipur dadi ayambana krishna da PPP model da sample transport taubanina sample transport ki register magi referral linkage sugumba mayam se maintain taubiba then f the hand hygiene ki universal precautions of standard precautions haitare hand hygiene ki personal protective equipment ki instrument and consumables ki decontamination sterilization lab tadi consumable mayam ama so koina sterilize tauba ma changi if disposable season da taragadi then lab manung se highly contaminated oibanina environment ki disinfection yam phajana tauba ma changi spill management ki part se yam strong oina staff na khangba ma changi biomedical waste management number solid oiba ma changi pre-treatment syringe kumba koina any blood ka akoigi keno taururaba blood ka akoigi contaminated oiruraba pot mayam ama pre-treatment tauba ma changi before disposal to the common biomedical waste treatment facility liquid waste management ki protocol fazana laiba ma changi taret subada procedure SOP gi aduga work instruction loinamak display tawba ma changi internal quality habidi test ama tawba matamda nungti gi natraga zo hafta khudingi aina hemoglobin test ama tawba matamda hemoglobin gi same sample sida 3 times test tawba sida akoigi internal quality tawba chingi mase adum internal quality check tawi haiba yai kaigumba ahumlak tawbuda amana 9 taraba amana 9.1 amana 8.9 asmai taragadi adugido dum yare otherwise ahumlak tawbada amana 10 taba amana 14 taba amana 8 taba oitaragadi adugi internal ko adugi potuma akhona corrective and preventive action ama laukhatpa ama changani external quality assurance standards haitaragadi akhoi da lairiba complete hemogram gi report ama akhoi gi some akhoi gi CHC natraga district hospital natraga na atopa lab amada identified lab NABL lab amada akhoi na tharakanda akhoi gi lab ta phangiba report se chumbra for example national health program gi makhada TB gi akhoi da lairiba han ngasi positive oriba sample je noi da tawbiro o aduga positive tabra yengba dengue gi sample tharakanda external quality je yengnaba correlation tawnaba haitare that is called external quality assurance. And last number 8 number of tests done stock report stock out days sugumba mayam sigi akoda report to labor. So just like before what I have said, service provision the ngasagi service sing do piba patient rights ta ngasagi magi lairiba akogi test mayam do loina free of cost ohenba moida khanghanba test se kaya karam test to no khanghanba lab se karai de lairiba no haiba khanghanba inputs tana akogi akoida matik chana kits akogi consumables equipments dagi machinery adumba mayam do koida loinamak matik chana thamba sample collection gi area tongal hanba testing gi area tongal ba washing gi area tongal ba these are parts of inputs sigi lairiba koida inputs ta akoigi lai hairiba pot mayam se support services ta moi gi maintenance corrective breakdown maintenance AMC stock maintenance adugumba mayam clinical services ta magi laiba patient mayam dugi unique ID sample mayam dugi unique ID piba test की requisition form फजन लाइबा lab की report form फजन लाइबा lab की report मैम जे कोई ना retrieve तौबा याबा mechanism अमा सिजनबा then comes infection control quality management and outcome indicator अकोई स्टेज दा details दा मुगला आसे so service provision दा UPHC अमगा PHC अमगा दा तौगदौबा testing से सिगी सिने अदो generally अखोगी PPP model दा तौबनिना कृष्णा ना टेस्ट मयाम अमदी लोइनमक्ति तौवे हाइरेको but still अखोगी सिदैसदा लैरिबा टेस्ट से तौवी हाइबमक नत्रगसु सिदा लैरिबा टेस्ट मयाम से अखोइदा कईगुम्बा PPP model जिना फेल ओइरपा नुमित अमदा सैंपल थाबा यादबा नुमित अमदा अखोई सिगी टेस्ट मयाम सिदे अखोइगी फैसिलिटी दा तौबगी प्रिपेयर्डनेस अमा लै हाइबदुदी दिस अखोना अदुगी पोतुमा हाइद्रगदी अदुगी पोतुमा अखोइना उत्रगदी सिगी पोतसे अखोइ मार्क फंगोइबा so even though if all our tests are being sent outside we need to have the preparedness to do all these tests in our facility itself sigi mayam se taunanaba akoida basic oiba magi kits consumables machinery yam basic oiba khara laiba that needs to be present in the facility so essential tests like a pregnancy test hemoglobin blood group HIV blood sugar clinical pathology ki hematology ki blood grouping are sugumba mayam se I agree sugumba mayam se loinamak krishna da loin thai aduga moida SSL lakpa matamda sigi report mayam je krishna gi report loinamak pirasu no problem but still akhoida sigi mayam se taunanaba asai gi inputs ki part supports ki part adugi preparedness to di akhoina utpa ma horen changa kaneba that adugi part ma details ta lagsage sigi sana sub health centers ki ni ko sub health centers ki da 14 tests tau haibani 14 tests se kaigumba last ki serial number 14 last की serial number 14 से filariasis से if endemic ओइद्रगदी सिगी से अदुम तौदे हाइरगसु no problem अदुगा सब सेंटर्स में आमदा सिगी टेस्ट मयाम सिगी किट सिंग से अयाम्बा अखोइना प्रोक्योर तौबा अदुम याबनी अमानी दा ओरगसु अदुम थंबा थमतारगदी अखोइदा full compliance तो फंगनी को and let's see patient rights की part ta second part ta what needs to be displayed lab की mapanda ko manungda thelasu yai extra thetpa kasu kaide but this needs to be shown to the public number of the list of tests which are available akoigi test Krishna koi ki keno no piba do adu thela su kasu kai de ko list of test moi gi Krishna na piba keno do adu thela su kasu kai de timing of collection of reports
log do ngai tar bani do ni dan dei hello sta khang de ina la han don on na log ni sibi suri na malai ba ni che
okay so list of tests ngasai ge khoi gi EDL gi list to thet pa dumaina list of test ama thet pa darkar tai timing of collection of reports thet pa ama darkar tai sample collection gi timing karang kandano thet pa darkar tai aduga akoina there is this practice khoi gi Krishna na keno pirak report pirak pa matamda hafta ama changba 3 days changba adugi pot se akoina sigi thet pa matamda di it is not allowed all reports are supposed to be given within 24 hours. I did ngasi magpidragasu kay gumba ngasi gi sample se pung ani da low gi bo oitaragadi hayeng gi pung ani gi mamang dadi report phangi hana hairaga report phangi hana koina display tawba ma changeba. So this is actually in the means of verification that timing of report ki lakpagi timing se it should be within 24 hours. So report ki collection se thetpa matamda after 3 days natraga 1 week kana dumaina thepi ganoba ko it should be within 24 hours free of cost oi banina free of cost thepi you no smoking gi sign thepi you user charges akhoi dadi laide laite but for any test kai gumba khoi gi sigi manung sida yaudaba any atopa test ki user charges laitaragadi adugi user charges to thepi gadawneba biological reference interval sidi mapanda thetrasu yai pharmacy gi manungda biological reference intervals thetpa mark ani phangbani sigi se aina sum baseline assessment ubada biological reference interval sida 00 pirakpasu yawe ko this is very easy just chma the biological reference interval of all the tests adum print tawraga thetpada ma ani phangba potni ko critical values adi adum mayam su khangbiramgani kaigumba if in any case the high bu oirasu test amagi magi value se yam wangba bu oirasu yam nemba bu oirasu for example koi gi blood sugar da 50 lairakpa natragana 500 ki above ta laiba adugumba gi critical values mayam se thepi gadawni at the same time critical value gi result se lagta ragadi immediately should be notified to the medical officer by the lab technician aduga notified to medical officer na magi register du su mana mark tobiramgadaba that will be seen by the assessor critical values display tawrabra critical values ki test ama lakpa matamda is it being notified to the medical officer haibagi record amasu need oebako and work instruction for all tests work instruction mayam je pharmacy se work instruction mayam na puchai chai gai thepi gadon haibadi yam pura puchai chai gai means aidi magi kanosing sai ta malaria gi test tawbagi bu oiro smear preparation gi bu oiro RD ki ma tawbagi bu oiro sigi work instruction mayam je pharmacy lab ki area se loinamak therpa ama need oebako then mayamna most of the times mayamna kauba consent form for HIV testing consent form for HIV testing gi format ama laibigedawni aduga adugi format to mina melaga sign tawraba matungda phajana file da hapchan biraga ngasagi upu manungda magi storage area amada phajana mina patient na uroidaba patient na access tawba ngamoidaba jaga amada hapchalaga thambigedawni so consent form for HIV testing carries 2 marks it is equivalent to having a boundary wall around a facility. So consent forms are very important. HIV testing khatangi ko aduga pre-testing counseling for HIV testing. So HIV test ama tawge haragadi consent form ama sign tawhanbam changi consent form gi report format consent form gi format ama laiba ama changi aduga pre-testing gi counseling piba ama su changi by HIV testing the by the lab technician. Lab amagi infrastructure se lab amagi infrastructure da kai kai laigadawono haba taragadi demarcated area for sample collection sigi se munna dum yengbiyu ko sida demarcated area for sample collection haibani it is not a separate room for sample collection demarcated area se karinomna khajan biraga so partition gumba am orjai full loidrasu yai natragana pardana kharaga orjai it should be just demarcated area with the not necessarily a sample not necessarily a separate room demarcated area for testing demarcated area for washing and waste disposal area lab tadi horen magi glass slides kumba natragana instruments ki every pipette or glass or sugumba mayam je chambagi washing and waste disposal area ama yamna neat oi so sample collection ki area ama testing ki area area ama washing gi area ama aduga sigi mayam se if possible unidirectional flow of service oitaragadi khwaidagi hena preferable oire. As we have said about physical and fire safety, we all know functional fire extinguishers should be present in a lab. Workbenches any moigi thabak tawbham mayam se akoina ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯗꯒꯤ ꯄꯤꯔꯛꯄ ꯗꯥꯏꯔꯦꯛꯇꯣꯔꯦꯠꯇꯒꯤ ꯄꯤꯔꯛꯄ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒꯅ ꯁꯄ꯭ꯂꯥꯏ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯄ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒꯅ ꯎꯅꯒ ꯆꯟꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯋꯨꯗꯅ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯁꯦ ꯁꯤ ꯌꯥꯗꯦꯀꯣ ꯋꯔꯛ ꯕꯦꯟꯆꯦꯁꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯊꯕꯛ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯕꯁꯦ ꯃꯊꯛꯁꯤꯗꯩꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯥꯏꯗꯔ ꯁꯝ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯐꯥꯏꯟ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯁꯟꯃꯥꯏꯀꯥ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯁꯨ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒꯅ ꯑꯦꯅꯤ ꯀꯦꯃꯤꯀꯦꯜ ꯑꯣꯔ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯟ ꯔꯦꯖꯤꯁꯇꯦꯟꯠ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯄꯣꯠ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯤꯒꯗꯧꯕꯀꯣ ꯃꯊꯛꯇꯨꯗ ꯇꯥꯏꯜ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯏꯀꯣ ꯀꯩꯁꯨ ꯀꯥꯏꯗꯦ ꯏꯐ ꯇꯥꯏꯜ ꯃꯆꯦꯠꯀꯨꯝꯕ ꯂꯩꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯊꯛꯇꯨꯗ ꯋꯤꯠ ꯂꯤꯃꯤꯇꯦड ꯔꯤꯁꯣꯔꯁꯦꯁ ꯇꯥꯏꯜ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯑꯀꯥꯏꯕ ꯃꯤꯟꯁ ꯊꯥꯈꯤꯕꯒꯤ ꯑꯔꯦꯝꯕꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯂꯩꯍꯧꯔꯒꯁꯨ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤꯗꯨꯅ ꯇꯦꯕꯜ ꯃꯊꯛꯇ ꯊꯥꯔꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯋꯔꯛ ꯕꯦꯟꯆꯦꯁꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯐꯔꯅꯤꯆꯔꯁ ꯑꯗꯨꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯗꯣ ꯂꯦꯕꯇꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯔꯤꯈꯩ ꯎꯒꯤ ꯋꯨꯗꯀꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯗꯕꯅ ꯐꯩ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯤꯜꯒꯤ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯦꯅꯤꯊꯤꯡ which is laminates like ꯁꯟꯃꯥꯏꯀꯥꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯀꯩꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯝꯕꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯣꯏꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯟ ꯑꯣꯔ ꯀꯦꯃꯤꯀꯦल ꯔꯦꯖꯤꯁꯇꯦꯟꯠ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯄꯣꯠꯅ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯍꯟꯕꯅ ꯐꯩ train staff lab ki lairiba lab ki technician se magi training records ama yam need oi training records se maje kai gi train tawgadabano habda diagnostic aduda lairiba equipment mayam dugi train tawbagi si se any not necessarily akoi state level da tawdrasu yai district level da oirasu yai natragana akoi gi register amada magi training tawgibagi pot ama akoi gi kenodagi district tagi bu orasu any pathologist or biochemistry ki specialist amana laga tawbirasu kasu kaide ko quality ki team amana NQAS ka EQAS ka gi magi training tawbiba ama need oi equipments and instruments akoi gi ngasai gi aina haijaba even though we are sending all our samples to outsourced lab some instruments akoi da laiba mathau tai yam basic oiba si laitragadi blaitena dum mark kakhinebako for example hemoglobin se salis hemoglobinometer laitaragadi khwaidagi phare laitragasu hemoglobinometer ama laitaragadi that works well differential blood cell counter se yam or novus chamber sigi se yam mayam laigande sigi pot sidi laitrasu adum it's okay laitrasu kasu kaidre because sidai the mark ama mangani yam tangba machine ni na koina procure tawbasu ngamba natabani na that is okay centrifuge adum pi bani centrifuge lairamgani na khalli biochemistry ki colorimeter se adum ai lairamgani na khalli natragana laitragasu indent tawba yani na khalli microscopy ki simple microscope for malaria ki microscope adum pi bani adu lairamgani na khalli aduga glucometer ga sigi instrument khara sidi akoina procure tawnanaba tawbiyu akoigi lab ki part se da akoi PPP model da tawena khulai amata thamdabado adudi yadebako khulai amta thamda taragadi that is just a sample collection center that is not cannot be called as a lab ko these are basic instruments which has to be kept in house then consumables sigi mayam sisu huziki equipment to da seasonanaba sigi mayam sisu akoida thamba ama need oi sigi mayam se procure to boda paisa yam ka hena changbasu oidabane stains kumba reagent kumba adugumba na yam oibane sigi se horen IPPT se share tawjarake checklist asu yaubane these are some of the consumables stains reagent diagnostic kits sugumba mayam sidi akoigi facility da laiba ama need oibako even though we are sending our samples to Krishna Diagnostics. Support services the yeng say upkeep and equipment maintenance the timely corrective breakdown maintenance of the equipments. Timely corrective breakdown maintenance of the equipments high bedi akona kai gumba akoigi colorimeter se yadre natraga glucometer se yadaba numitu da note tawbi hauba note tawbi hauraga semba lakpa gi matam dusu kai adugi do semjan biraba aduga semgibagi matam dusu note tawbiraba adumaina maintenance to record tawbiba haitareko so those are timely corrective breakdown maintenance then calibration of lab equipments there has been lots of akoigi lab equipment se calibration tawdabagi issue ma yam chauna laigre hujikti calibration su lab equipment me yam se calibration loinamak tawrani na haire nekatel na loina tawrani na haire at the same time annual maintenance contract su loina pirani na haire for calibration of lab equipments but aina hygiening badi calibration of lab equipment se phai but it is not very mandatory ashigi kenosida dum yengbiyo ko out of 8 points out of 16 marks it carries only 2 marks adugi mahutta we should sugum atopa yam line ventilation in the laboratory, sample collection area, illumination in the sample collection area, no junk material in the laboratory, adequate ventilation in the laboratory. Sugumba atopa mayam says the oina focus tauraga yeng seb. The kaigumba calibration do tau the taragasu aduda yam hena si tau drain wabigano because calibration yaudrasu NQAS adum id atopa kano atopa checkpoint mayam dudagi mark loina phangakadawnina if tawbikhagadi yam phare nangda taragasu adum left out tobo kasu kaide haijaningiba. So sigisana magi lab ki upkeep ki part to oire. This is for PHC ka UPHC ka aina hosi haijabado aduga calibration of lab equipment se akoigi kano UPHC ki di yaudiko. PHC there is a separate checkpoint for calibration of lab equipments, but UPHC there is only corrective breakdown maintenance of the equipments. So calibration of instruments say for lab ki oinadi kano oideko lab ki oinadi need oide, but ILR gumba deep freezer gumba adu gumba gidi need oiko. Adu kai gumba calibration ki part se tawbada handaki la iba nekatel da mayam taw tharakado isida nang da bathok taragasu it's not an issue. It just carries 2 marks, do hygienic by 1. Then stock maintenance and inventory management. Asagi consumables and reagent like a kit kumba akwigi kenogi Krishna the Togudugi mayam do natabako, but just the Masagi inputs ki parta akuna khara khaptang in-house the lagadoni high kits kumba consumables mayam do adugi timely indenting tawbagi stock register amadi need oini reagent mayam se upuda thambada fazana label tawraga thambigani just like we do in pharmacy. Expired reagent amata laiba yade that we all know. Records for expiry and near expiry reagents are maintained that we all know. Aduga meaning akoina facility da ina sum uzabada kenosing se fazana di akoigi lab ki test ki registers di yam fazana maintain tawe aduga inventory magi hemoglobin gi strip kya lairi urine albumin protein gi strip lairi adugumba mayam di yam kanna maintain tawba ude, but that is very important. Stock register for lab and lab ki register animak important oebako. Expenditure and stock register of consumables are available at the laboratory. Reporting ki part ta akoigi PHC da PHC lab laiba PHC khuding makta L form amamam thaba darkar oi, monthly service delivery from the lab pikhat pa darkar oi, aduga W form for water quality monitoring sise thabira madiyam phare kaigumba tharam dragaso not an issue. Thawana di high moi water quality monitoring gi water testing tawraga monitoring tawagi report thaba amalai tawramagadi very good tawram dragaso not an issue. Clinical services ta akoina lab ki tawriba test mayam sigi akoigi procedures sidai sida pre testing haiba ma testing haiba ma post testing ahum thongna khaidwe pre testing da tawgadoiba mayam sina kaino haikanda lab technician duna khangba ama mathau tai sample se hek purakpa matamda kaigumba yam achoba facility oigragadi barcode ta loin chatle akhoi gi adu natabanina unique lab id number amamam loina makki pigani unique lab id number ama registered by monthly oirsu adi month year adagi magi kano any number kano duna lab tuna identify tawjaba number format ama lairamgani adugi unique lab id number ama each sample da pirani. Nasagi haibagumna standard format ani laini amana requisition format amana record reporting ki format report pina number format amaga requisition ki format amaga Krishna na piraiba report to adu yai kasukai de, but at the same time aikhoi gi in house lab to gi requisition format amaga reporting format amaga laiba darkar oeba. They always ask for preparedness if PPP fails. Lab ki records are maintained. All records are labeled and indexed. Kaigumba akoigi Godrej hamda almira amada kaigumba akoina akoigi mamang da laigiba paper based records mayam je thamta ragadi April gi ne haraga tag ama chapsilaga thambiyo. March 2025 haraga tag ama chapsilaga thambiyo. That is labeled and indexed oire doragadi lab ki all records mayam je. Storage facility of lab records. Lab ki record mayam je ngasai maina Godrej ta tag akoigi tape na chapsila kanda pack sara thambiyo March ki April ki, so that any time akoina lab ki report se retrieve tawge haiba matamda phangnaba. Labeling of primary sample sisu pre testing da dum laktoini labeling of primary sample yam nokning ba mana atai tai mang natraga su permanent marker ma lab ta lairam taragadi mark ani phangi, so that it shows ki primary sample to the label tawe haibagi. So availability of permanent marker in laboratory is mandatory. Transportation of sample to the higher center, which we do at primary health center, primary health facilities in our state. Akoigi register ma thamgani, register to the akoina sample collection tawkhiba aduga transport tawkhiba natragana pughibagi list se loinamak aduda akoina igani, aduda iba matamda karam kanda time ma hapkani, carrier ma hapkani, temperature se kaigumba akoina thermometer sizinaraga temperature maintain tawraga thagiba oiragadi temperature se hapiu exact oina, otherwise temperature se some id haptabane hena phai kaigumba temperature se akoina thermometer sizinaba ngamda taragadi or adequate temperature na haisu kasu kaide ko, otherwise temperature thermometer hangakane compulsory. So ngasai gi primary sample ama label tawba matamda akoina report ama fill up tawba matamda, this is exactly from the checklist. Request ki magi requisition form though, it contains name, identification number of patient, name, authorized requester, mo or type of primary sample, examination requested, date, time, primary sample collection date and time, receipt of sample by laboratory. Sigi time mayam se karan kanda ching bano, karan kanda transport taw bano, karan kanda phang bano, karan kanda laboratory da yaurak bano haibagi time mayam ma khoi gi ngsai gi requisition form se da yauba ama need oiba. Requisition form se jo khoina khutna khatang ibado nataba ko tick tawba yaba oitaragadi, that is best. Then testing ki part di staff to test tawba haiba ama mathau tai, work instructions loina display tawba ama mathau tai. At the same time biological reference interval examine akoi ngasai gi lab test to ki biological reference interval ama thetpa mathau tai. Critical values of all tests thetpa mathau tai, aduga critical values sudai da outliner ama laaba critical value touch tawba yam high oiba natraga low oiba laktaragadi immediate notification to medical officer pibagi magi record ta signature ga loinana record ama tawramba ama mathau tai, which will be seen at the time of assessment. Testing gi procedure at workstation aina ngasa haijaba dumaina work instruction mayam ama koigi lab ta thetkani. Then post-testing test tawraba matungda reports are given in specified time, that is within 24 hours. Ideally hai taragadi all emergency tests ki report se 1 hour da pigadawni, aduga routine oina 8 hours ki manungda report mayam se pigadawni, at the max 24 hours ki manungda di compulsory pigadawni habako. So reports are all reports are retained and retrievable. Akhoida report mayam se akhoi test tawena report se loi pithokiba nataba, one copy of report should be retained in the facility and it is kept patient ki reach tagi kanu oina thambigadawne. Retention period of records are defined. Akoina policy ani khak laibani ko retention period of records ka disposal ga chahi ahum record se akoigi Godrej ta chahi ahum thamgadawne habagi policy ama. Chahi ahum thamba record se dispose tawba yare sumaina dispose tawdoini sida pidoini sida tawdoini haibagi tonganba policy ama. Aduna retention of records ki policy se ani sudoini amana retention gi ama amana retention do loiraba chahi ahum loibagi matungi disposal gi policy ama ka. Clinical services, that is the technical knowledge the lab technician is supposed to have. This is for UPHCs and PHCs only. Sigi mayam sidi lab technician ama oiragadi compulsory ay khangam gane na khalli, aduga if kai gumba moi confusion chatpa laita ragadi checklist to the guidelines loina dum piraga yaurabani ko, they can just refer to the checklist once and it will be okay. Then infection control in laboratory. Infection control in laboratory say first thing hand hygiene, very important. Hand hygiene lab ki wash basin se akoigi chumna gi wash basin do panbi da bana phai, akoigi sink ki type ta oina tawbudo adu oina preferable oi, because that is wide and deep enough, prevents splashing and retention of water. At the same time adu gi poto stain akoigi resistant su oi. So wash basin with running water at the point of use. Sink ki type ta steel gido oiragadi hena phai to prevent splashing and retention of water. Antiseptic soap the liquid antiseptic laigadawani, this we all know. Hand washing ki instruction lairamgani soidana lairangani kaya ka taw taragadi 6 steps of hand hygiene okay, 5 moments of hand washing should be displayed in lab tasu thamgadawni ko IPD da thambado dumaina. Then proper cleaning of procedure site with antiseptic. Ngasagi akhoi procedure tawkhibagi site to adugi mayam do sengdok kadawni haba toina toina da adugi do kaina sengkadoino habadudi just next slide ta ilakserege. Laboratory da mask, lab apron, coats matik chana laigadawni. Thabak tawringaida disposable gloves sizinagadauni, mask sizinagadauni, lab ki coat sizinagadauni. Aduga most importantly husikan di kya di tawnadre but thaina ki lab technician me amse mouth pipetting se am tawe. Mouth pipetting chinna sana glass ki kan pipeto kan chuppa kana tawdo. That is not advisable. Ese sana ubudi uroi but adugi poto yaringai tawdabana phai akoigi balloon pipet lakpado aduna natragana micro pipet na tawbaduna di best. Equipment ki sterilization ki part lae. As we all know, kaya kautasu tum hairaga laire after any procedure, decontamination hana tauba, then washing tauba, then drying tauba, then sterilization tauba. So here also decontamination na ihan hale decontamination of workbenches. Koi ki bench, koi thabak tauriba workspace to 0.5% hypochlorite solution na wipe tauga doini ko contact time ki type ta tham bai natte. It's just wiping of the workbenches with hypochlorite solution. Many a times, aina thengnarapada mayamna sanitizer na sengena tum haire spirit na sengena haire ado khwaidagi preferable is 0.5% hypochlorite solution for decontaminating workbenches in labs, especially akoigi chumnagi OPD gumbadadi sengba kasu kaide ko, but labs tadi hypochlorite solution mandatory oina moina sengadawne. Instruments, as we all know, 1% chlorine solution the decontamination taugadawni. As we all know, 10 minutes decontamination tauba 1% chlorine solution the 10 minutes tingi, 0.5% chlorine solution the tingi ko atopa instruments sina, but lab ki oinadi 1% chlorine solution the 10 minutes tingi. Cleaning of instruments after decontamination will be done with detergent and running water in the washing area. Staff should know how to make the chlorine solution. Staff should know how to manage blood spill. Aduga disinfection of reusable glassware se kaigumba tawtaragadi ayamanadi tawde maru ina Manipur dadi Krishna da loin thadokpanina glass vial mayam se amata kano tawde reusable glassware mayam se disinfection su tawde. Aduga sizinariba glass ki slide mayam se su malaria gi oibanina moida retention gi policy ma laibanina adu su dum tawde. But if at all, if it is done 160 degrees Celsius for 1 hour in the hot air oven. Hot air oven laitaragadi lab technician the high biro 160 degrees for 1 hour thamgadawni. Next, this is how to prepare hypochlorite solution with which we all know. 5% hypochlorite solution, though 0.5% tanaba the 1 part into 9 part. If 1% same the 1 part and 4 part minor lakpaduniko. Then bleaching powder the same the 20 grams in 1 liter of water to make 0.5% hypochlorite solution and 40 grams of hypochlorite bleaching powder to make 1% in 1 liter of water. Lab ki staff they need to know how to prepare the hypochlorite solutions. Then infection control ki biomedical waste ki part biomedical waste ki part is yam phajana tawdaba it is different from other departments. खरा खेतनै अतोपगी infection control अतोपगी biomedical waste की तौबगा lab का खितंग खेतनै because कोइना blood से यामना कनो तौबनिना blood yamna contamination laibanina. So functional needle cutters at sample collection area aduma yare, availability of puncture proof box yare. Functional needle cutters se oina or any puncture proof box se ni aga yemona dum hai ko haidi sum ngasi khatang da thamjalambra natragana tasengna needle do yawbra na assessment mayam chatpada su dum khangwiramgani. Work instructions for biomedical waste ngasagi biomedical waste ki bin mayam ama thambani adugi mathakta pictorial oibana hena phai hai ko local language yaurasu yaudrasu pictor adi just yellow bin adagi anatomical waste cotton adudu high bin mohta pictorial oihallo na hai ko lab ki di maruina kanu mayam se thada ga do mayam do picture oina ye ga thamhallo na haire we all know akoigi color coded bins at the point of waste generation lai ga dawni sidai sida atai ga manadaba amana disinfection of sharps before disposals sharp waste mayam se akoina disinfect tawba ma changi Sigi sharp waste ki disinfection sidi adum 0.5% or 1% hypochlorite solution the 30 minutes thing bado adum oidoini syringe mayam se अखोगी कनोददी syringe mayam se akoina general OPD gumba atopa procedural areas mayam dadi syringe akoina disinfect tawde but akoigi kano sigi lab ki syringe mayam sidi akoigi covered bin amagi manungda hypochlorite solution hapaga perforated bin ama hapaga adugi manungda hapagi chatnabido adugi protocol do adu oina follow tawiko since akoina syringe natragana akoigi lairiba disposable vials mayam do adu disinfect tawrakanda oina akoina keno the p common biomedical waste treatment facility the p so that needs to be disinfected before giving before disposal hai tareko so adagi sidai liquid waste ki treatment we all know ETP ayam baloina panare ETP pandragana Karnataka model of liquid waste treatment do adum tawbiba ka sukai de then sputum gi part se lai sputum gi part se la pakanda akoina seasonariba material se loin khenare if ngasai tuberculosis ki program ki makhada anything magi sputum gi cup oirasu amo oirasu if kano oitaragadi moi ki disinfection sidi 5% phenol na taweba natragana phenol akoi gi phenolic compound yawa dilute tawra matungda 5% phangba that kind of phenol je adugi duna oina disinfect tawi adugi disinfect tawba sidi akoina overnight ti hai overnight hai se it's about 12 hours ngasi gi pung mari da ngasi gi pung mari da hapchalaga thamamba se nongan bagi pung 10 da dum lokthokpa yare so whole night overnight and minor thammi sputum cups kumbagi disinfection tawbagi sina and quality management of laboratory sida control charts and amal lay control charts se atai mayam di lab sing da ina sum yengbada mayam loinamak asigi NQAS EQAS corrective action on abnormal values kai mayam se am loin tawi but control charts se yam prepared tawbo ude control charts hai taraga de koina kano se for example hemoglobin gi test ama tawre handaki thada akoi gi hemoglobin gi test se yankhai tawre na yankhai ki report se graph amada sumaina plot tawthokpiba plot tawthokakanda haidi kaya kano tawge habado outlier do yengakanda adugi pottuga ngasai hemoglobin yam nemgiba natragana wanggiba case to karambano thigatlakanda maje symptomatically magi treatment magi sidaisa lakhiba pottuga chanabra chanadabra chanadragadi magi correct magi report sina lalibra haibadugi analysis tawba ma changeba adugi potune ngasai gi control chart ka outlier ga khangdokpa haise for example hemoglobin mayam je sum koina 19 leramaga amana suppose 18 ga leram taragadi that adugi poto amutang check tawba ma changeba adugi check tawbagi process to ne control charts prepare tawba haise system for internal quality control in the lab internal quality control dudi ngasai gi any test say 3 times natraga 5 times tawthokpiba haidi box ama hangba matamda oirasu for example akoigi urine protein taunanaba strip ama je akoina hangdok taragadi adugi box to hek hangbada adugi potto same 3 times kumba tawthokpa report se manabra yengba that is internal quality control external quality control natragana cross validation for lab test na atopa mafamda koina aikoigi lab ta lipid profile se tawre lipid profile gi lab ki result se sumaina lae noida utang hanbiro noida kamaina lake haibiro aduga aikhoida amuka adugi report to thabiro ona application with sample pigraga dum loire yam luba pot natte so TB की cross validation tauba need oi biochemistry and records are maintained corrective actions are taken on abnormal values NVBCP national vector borne की dengue की testing का malaria की testing का maru oina aduga hematology and records are maintained yeah so this is the outliers that I have shown just now control chart ta any test amagi magi kanose sumaina yengbiba haitare aduga outlier do lawthoakanda ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ physical ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ records ꯇ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯒ ꯆꯥꯟꯅꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯆꯥꯟꯅꯗꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯌꯦꯡꯕꯗꯣ then ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ EQAS ꯇꯧꯕꯗꯣ for example ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ sample ama laire akhoi kanoda mayam ama test ngasi se ahum sigi sina malaria gi ne malaria gi test ahum tawre sigi test se cross checking gi atopa mafam amada CHC district hospital or any other akhoi gi recognized lab amada thara kanda moina mu halakadoiba sumaina mu halakada akhoi na thagiba moina mu akhoi da su report se sumaina laina halakpado that is external quality. Outcome indicators is very easy. Outcome indicators the number of lab tests kaya tawkibano hemoglobin the yam name ba kaya yawbano. It's just about 5 or 6 parameters that needs to be filled. Adu I have and lab kisu about just the major ones are done for lab. Mayam, any questions? I'm open. Thank you. Mayam, any feedback? Tamo yauribra.
Tamo yauribra.
Ha.
Yauriye.
Oh. Luidi lo shale tamo ado.
We expect some questions from the participants. Mayam kara hangbiro. I say office main white na yum na mula abato ise.
Oh.
Dr. Sisi kenamta hangine. Moi kenogi sharp kido.
Kadoba sharp ki.
Sharp kido especially Dr. Hojik haido sharp lab ki oina di adum hana tawbod waina adum tingaga oina keno taw haira discard taw haira direct discard taw ba nuaiti haira lab ki oina.
Lab ki oina di treatment taw haira.
Treatment taw haira. Oh.
Syringe su treatment taw sharp su treatment taw haira.
Adugi tungana akhoi kenogumba record kumbadi thamgadra treatment taw.
Thamoi tham.
Hamoeba.
Record thamoi adu observation da uganeba ko. Kaigibada akhona lairiba syringe mayam se kenoda hypochlorite tingaga leranganeba perforated binduda aduga lengasai sharp mayam dusu tingbagi akhoi puncture proof container da hypochlorite solution yawramganeba. Adumaina oina udoiba but record oina
kenoda puncture proof container do hypo hapaga khoi jaligi kenodo ama hapaga tingbido lokhatlaga o adu oina sinabiyo. Hoi hoi. Okay. Thank you, Doctor.
Any other questions from all the participants? Mayam question kara hangbiro.
At least kanari bra kana da brother tang di hai bira muko.
Second namtaga hamjawgene. Ngasagi look alike sound alike drug kida separate my bin thangadabado sa. Ada man hidak makhandi sound alike the su look alike the su okay my tungan hidak khara thamidana
tungan tuini
ado koina rek amada separate pudi thamme look alike ma sound alike ma adu do my rek dum thambani aduga hagi ngasagi bin box se sa sida compulsory haptaba sunga mak yadabra hapana base pudi
bin se box se maru box se smaina nang look alike sound alike ki box ani thamme habdi yaroi bako look alike ki box ani sound alike ki
maya thamine ba sa thamabudi hadi different ba hidang ani do son side tama right tama left tama thamine ba do towi
adudi box mari ni ko nang season ai sa
cha
mari season yare
no ade thank you sir
ꯃꯔꯤ ꯁꯤꯖꯤꯟꯅꯔꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯔꯦ ꯂꯨꯛ ꯑꯂꯥꯏꯛꯀꯤ ꯕꯣꯛꯁ ꯑꯅꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯣꯏꯅꯤ ꯁꯥꯎꯟ ꯑꯂꯥꯏꯛꯀꯤ ꯕꯣꯛꯁ ꯑꯅꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯣꯏꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯣ
ꯅꯠꯇꯦ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯀꯣꯏꯁꯟꯗꯣ ꯕꯣꯛꯁ ꯁꯤꯖꯤꯟꯅꯗ꯭ꯔꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯀꯣꯏꯁꯟ ꯃꯥꯟꯕ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯇꯥꯍꯧꯕꯗꯗꯤ
ꯃꯥꯅꯦ ꯁꯥꯔ ꯕꯣꯛꯁꯁꯤꯅꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅꯗꯤ
ꯑꯦ
ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯅꯤ ꯍꯤꯗꯥꯛ
ꯕꯥꯁꯀꯦꯠꯀꯨꯝꯕꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯕ꯭ꯔꯥꯕ
ꯍꯥꯞꯈꯤꯕꯒꯤ ꯑꯍꯥꯡꯕ ꯕꯣꯛꯁꯁꯤꯗ ꯋꯥꯏꯠꯅ ꯀꯣꯇꯦꯠ ꯇꯧꯁꯜꯂꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯊꯝꯕꯅꯦꯕ ꯄꯣꯠꯇꯣ ꯕꯣꯛꯁꯇꯗꯤ ꯅꯠꯇꯦꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯄꯣꯠꯇꯣ ꯁꯦꯐꯇꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯗꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯗ꯭ꯔꯦꯕ
ꯅꯪꯒꯤ ꯊꯝꯃꯤꯕ ꯃꯑꯣꯡꯁꯦ ꯑꯝꯇꯪ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯤꯔꯛꯎꯅꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯁꯦꯄꯔꯦꯠ ꯕꯣꯛꯁꯇ ꯊꯝꯗ꯭ꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯊꯝꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ
ꯕꯣꯛꯁꯇ
ꯈꯤꯜꯂꯒ
ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯁꯔ
ꯊꯝꯕ
ꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯂꯦꯛꯇꯨꯂꯣꯁꯀ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯒ ꯈꯦꯠꯅꯕꯁꯦ ꯁꯕꯨꯇꯥꯃꯣꯟꯒꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯑꯅꯤꯗꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯃꯥꯗꯤ ꯁꯤꯔꯞꯅꯤꯅ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯉꯁꯥꯏ ꯂꯤꯛꯂꯤꯗ
ꯑꯣꯀꯦ
ꯅꯠꯇꯕ ꯕꯣꯇꯜꯗ ꯌꯥꯎꯖꯕ ꯄꯣꯠꯇꯣ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟ
ꯑꯣꯀꯦ
ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯅ ꯁꯦꯄꯔꯦꯠꯄꯨꯗꯤ ꯔꯦꯞ ꯂꯥꯏꯠ
ꯑꯣꯀꯦ
ꯊꯝꯗꯣꯏꯅꯦꯕ ꯁꯥꯔ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯊꯝꯒꯗꯣꯏꯔꯥ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔ ꯃꯥꯁꯦ ꯕꯣꯛꯁ ꯑꯝꯗ ꯍꯥꯞꯄ
ꯑꯗꯨ
ꯗꯔꯀꯥꯔ
ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒꯗꯤ
ꯑꯣꯏꯕ꯭ꯔꯕ
ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯄꯣꯠꯇ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯦꯛꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯝ ꯀꯣꯔꯅꯔꯗ ꯊꯝꯃꯣꯕ
ꯑꯣ
ꯕꯣꯛꯁ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒꯁꯨꯅꯦ
ꯁꯥꯔ
ꯂꯨꯛ ꯑꯂꯥꯏꯛꯀꯤ ꯍꯤꯗꯥꯛ ꯑꯅꯤ
ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯝ ꯇꯧꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯀꯩꯗꯧꯔꯕꯅꯣ
ꯍꯜꯂꯣ
ꯇꯠꯈ꯭ꯔ ꯃꯥꯜꯂꯦ ꯇꯠꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯇꯥꯗ꯭ꯔꯦ
ꯍꯜꯂꯣ ꯁꯨꯁꯤꯜ
ꯇꯠꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ
ꯃꯥꯅ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯣ ꯕꯣꯛꯁ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒꯁꯨ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟ ꯃꯥꯏ ꯃꯐꯝ ꯑꯦꯛꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯝ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟ ꯑꯣꯄꯣꯖꯤꯠ ꯗꯥꯏꯔꯦꯛꯁꯟꯗꯨꯗ ꯊꯝꯕꯒꯤ ꯃꯑꯣꯡꯅꯦ ꯃꯥ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯣ
ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅꯕꯨꯗꯤ ꯊꯝꯕ ꯁꯥꯔ
ꯑꯣꯀꯦ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯀꯩꯁꯨ ꯀꯥꯏꯗꯦ
ꯀꯥꯏꯗꯦ
ꯍꯣꯏ ꯁꯥꯔ
ꯀꯥꯏꯗꯦ ꯕꯣꯛꯁꯇ ꯍꯥꯞꯄ
ꯁꯤꯁꯤꯜ ꯑꯥꯔ ꯌꯨ ꯕꯦꯛ
ꯌꯥꯕ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯂꯦꯐꯠ ꯑꯦꯟ ꯑꯦꯛꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯝ ꯀꯣꯔꯅꯔꯁꯇ ꯊꯝꯃꯣꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯊꯦꯠꯂꯣꯕꯀꯣ ꯑꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯂꯦꯛꯇ꯭ꯌꯨꯂꯣꯁꯤꯅ ꯑꯦꯛꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯝ ꯂꯦꯐꯇ ꯂꯩꯕꯅꯤ ꯑꯁꯤꯒꯤꯁꯤꯅ ꯑꯦꯛꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯝ ꯔꯥꯏꯠꯇ ꯂꯩꯕꯅꯦꯅ ꯊꯦꯠꯂꯣꯕ ꯑꯦꯛꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯝ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯗ ꯊꯝꯈ꯭ꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯀꯩꯁꯨ ꯀꯥꯏꯗꯦ
ꯊꯦꯡꯛ ꯌꯨ ꯁꯥꯔ
Okay, any other questions? Mayamdagi we have more than half an hour. Question khara hangbiro mayam sum tana hongnaba. Particularly the hangabio.
Sir, high alert drug si sir. Akogi magi high alert drug si sir. Magi hapagi ji sir. Akoina puna drugs singse akoigi container madum hapaga magi maximum dose thelaga dum yarabra sa tunga
ꯌꯥꯔꯦ
namu.
ꯌꯥꯔꯦ ꯀꯩꯁꯨ ꯀꯥꯏꯗꯦ ꯍꯥꯏ ꯑꯦꯂꯔꯠ ꯗ꯭ꯔग्ꯁꯀꯤꯗꯤꯅꯦ ꯍꯥꯏ ꯑꯦꯂꯔꯠ ꯗ꯭ꯔग्ꯁꯀꯤꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯅ ꯊꯝꯗ꯭ꯔꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯏꯑꯕꯀꯣ ꯑꯣꯟꯂꯤ ꯊꯤꯡ ꯍꯥꯏ ꯑꯦꯂꯔꯠ ꯗ꯭ꯔग्ꯁꯀꯤ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯍꯥꯏ ꯑꯦꯂꯔꯠ ꯗ꯭ꯔग्ꯁꯦ ꯑꯥꯏꯗꯦꯟꯇꯤꯐꯥꯏ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯔꯕ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯃꯦꯛꯁꯤꯃꯝ ꯗꯣꯁꯁꯦ ꯀꯌꯥꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯨꯃ ꯑꯥꯏꯗꯦꯟꯇꯤꯐꯥꯏ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯔꯕ ꯊꯦꯠꯇꯣꯛꯄꯤꯔꯕ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯥꯐꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯗ ꯑꯋꯦꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯑꯣꯏꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯌꯥꯔꯦ
Adi jaki manung dadum container da happen ba di haple
ꯅꯤꯠ ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤꯗꯤ ꯍꯥꯏ ꯑꯦꯂꯔꯠ ꯗ꯭ꯔग्ꯁꯀꯤ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯅ ꯊꯝꯃꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯂꯩꯇꯦꯕꯀꯣ ꯍꯥꯏ ꯑꯦꯂꯔꯠ ꯗ꯭ꯔग्ꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯅꯪꯒꯤ ꯐꯥꯔꯃꯥꯁꯤꯗꯨꯗ ꯊꯝꯃꯤꯕ ꯃꯑꯣꯡꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯊꯝꯃꯣꯕ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯅ ꯊꯝꯕꯒꯤ ꯗꯔꯀꯥꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯦꯕꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯖꯁ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯦ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯄꯤꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯥꯐꯁꯤꯡꯗꯣ ꯑꯋꯦꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯒꯗꯧꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯑꯥꯏꯗꯦꯟꯇꯤꯐꯥꯏ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯗꯤꯁꯄ꯭ꯂꯦ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯔꯦ
ꯌꯥꯝ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯔꯦ ꯁꯔ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯈꯪꯗꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯩꯗꯤ ꯐꯖꯅ ꯈꯪꯕ ꯑꯣꯏꯌꯦ ꯁꯔ
ꯑꯣꯀꯦ ꯇꯥꯕꯗ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏ ꯊꯦꯡꯛ ꯌꯨ
ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯗꯣꯛꯇꯔ ꯃꯔꯛ ꯊꯠꯂꯒ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯅꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯐꯥꯔꯃꯥꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯑꯦꯔꯤꯌꯥꯗ BMW ꯒꯤ ꯕꯤꯟꯁꯦ ꯄꯥꯔꯇꯤꯀꯨꯂꯔꯂꯤ ꯑꯦꯛꯖꯦꯛꯂꯤ ꯂꯣꯏꯅ ꯊꯝꯒꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯁꯨꯅꯅꯕ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒ ꯌꯦꯜꯂꯣꯗꯪ ꯊꯝꯕ
ꯊꯝꯗ꯭ꯔꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯏ
ꯌꯥꯒꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ
ꯊꯝꯗ꯭ꯔꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯌꯦꯂꯣ ꯕꯤꯟ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯅꯤꯠ ꯑꯣꯏꯀꯣ
ꯍꯣꯏ
ꯕ꯭ꯂꯦꯛ ꯑꯃ ꯅꯤꯠ ꯑꯣꯏ
ꯍꯣꯏ
ꯁꯣꯔꯤ ꯕ꯭ꯂꯨ ꯑꯃ ꯅꯤꯠ ꯑꯣꯏ ꯕ꯭ꯂꯨꯒ ꯒ꯭ꯔꯤꯟꯒ ꯂꯩꯕꯗꯨꯅ ꯕ꯭ꯂꯨ ꯑꯃ ꯅꯤꯠ ꯑꯣꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ
ꯍꯣꯏ
ꯌꯦꯂꯣ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯗꯔꯀꯥꯔ ꯇꯥꯏ ꯑꯇꯣꯞꯄꯗꯤ
ꯕ꯭ꯂꯨ
ꯗꯔꯀꯥꯔ
ꯑꯃꯒ ꯒ꯭ꯔꯤꯟ ꯑꯃ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯖꯦꯅꯔꯦꯜꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅꯔ
ꯖꯦꯅꯔꯦꯜꯒꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ
ꯖꯦꯅꯔꯦꯜꯒꯤ
ꯌꯦꯂꯣꯗꯨꯕꯨꯗꯤ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯗꯤꯁꯀꯥꯔꯗꯦꯠ ꯀꯩꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯑꯦꯛꯁꯄꯥꯏꯔꯤ ꯗꯦꯠ
ꯑꯦꯛꯁꯄꯥꯏꯔꯤ
ꯂꯩꯔꯝꯃꯒꯗꯤ
ꯗ꯭ꯔꯒꯀꯤꯀꯣ
ꯊꯥꯗꯔꯛꯅꯕꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯕꯠ
ꯍꯣꯏ
ꯑꯇꯩꯗꯤ ꯅꯤꯠ ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯦ
ꯑꯇꯩꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯂꯤꯛꯂꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯍꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯂꯥꯛꯄ ꯒ꯭ꯂꯥꯁ ꯑꯀꯥꯏꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯝꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯁꯨ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯗꯥꯏꯔꯦꯛ ꯌꯦꯜꯂꯣꯗ ꯍꯥꯞꯄꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔ
ꯍꯥꯞꯄꯣꯏ
ꯕ꯭ꯂꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ
ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯍꯥꯞꯄꯣꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ
ꯒ꯭ꯂꯥꯁ ꯕ꯭ꯔꯣꯀꯟ ꯒ꯭ꯂꯥꯁꯀꯨꯝꯕꯗꯤ ꯕ꯭ꯂꯨꯗ
ꯕ꯭ꯔꯣꯀꯟ ꯒ꯭ꯂꯥꯁ
ꯍꯥꯞꯄꯣꯅ ꯍꯥꯏ
ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯕ꯭ꯂꯨꯗ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯞꯄꯅꯦꯕꯀꯣ
ꯑꯥ
ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯇꯣꯏꯅꯗꯤ ꯊꯣꯛꯀꯗꯧꯕ ꯅꯠꯇꯕꯅꯤꯅ
ꯍꯣꯏ
ꯐꯥꯔꯃꯥꯁꯤꯗ ꯊꯝꯗ꯭ꯔꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯩ ꯋꯥꯅꯤ ꯏꯐ
ꯍꯣꯏ
ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯊꯣꯛꯑꯒꯗꯤ ꯃꯅꯥꯛ ꯅꯛꯄ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯑꯃꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯍꯥꯞꯄꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯑꯦꯁ
ꯑꯥ
ꯁꯆ biomedical waste ki loinamak thammo haibagi guideline di laiteba.
ꯂꯩꯇꯦꯕ
Yellow
ꯍꯣꯏ
yellow di
ꯑꯗꯨ
namaga.
ꯌꯦꯂꯣꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯌꯥꯔꯅꯤꯕꯀꯣ
Yellow na dum yai.
ꯊꯦꯡꯛ ꯌꯨ
ꯑꯇꯣꯞꯄ ꯀ꯭ꯋꯦꯁꯟ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯍꯪꯅꯤꯡꯕ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ?
ꯍꯜꯂꯣ
Hello.
Haibiyo.
Hello. ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯝꯇ ꯍꯪꯖꯒꯦꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯂꯤꯀ꯭ꯋꯤꯗ ꯋꯦꯁ ꯃꯦꯅꯦꯖꯃꯦꯟꯒꯤꯁꯦ
Aw.
ꯑꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯀꯔꯅꯥꯇꯀꯥ ꯃꯣꯗꯦꯜꯁꯤ ꯍꯦꯜꯊ ꯑꯦꯟ ꯋꯦꯜꯅꯦꯁ ꯁꯦꯟꯇꯔ ꯁꯕ ꯁꯦꯟꯇꯔꯗ ꯍꯥꯞꯄꯤꯗꯅ
Hoi hoi.
ꯑꯗꯨꯏꯗꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯕꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯑꯌꯥꯝꯕ ꯀꯤꯠ ꯉꯥꯛꯇ ꯇꯧꯋꯤꯗꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯏꯗꯣ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯁꯨ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯠꯃꯦꯟꯁꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯇꯧꯒꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯃꯣꯏꯗꯤ ꯀꯤꯠ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯗꯤꯁꯄꯣꯁ ꯇꯧꯕꯗ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯗ ꯁꯣꯂꯨꯁꯟꯗ ꯊꯥꯗꯔꯒ ꯇꯧꯋꯤꯗꯅ
Health and wellness center gi health and wellness center gi oinadi adu maina taw haide.
ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤꯌꯦ ꯑꯣꯀꯦ ꯁꯕ ꯁꯦꯟꯇꯔꯒꯤꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ
PHC
ꯄꯣꯠꯇꯣ
ꯂꯦꯚꯦꯜꯒꯤ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯣ?
ꯑꯧ ꯑꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯁꯨꯝ
ꯁꯕ
ꯈꯪꯖꯅꯤꯡꯉꯦ
ꯁꯦꯟꯇꯔꯒꯤꯗꯤ
ꯍꯣꯏ
ꯁꯕ ꯁꯦꯟꯇꯔꯒꯤꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯎꯗ ꯃꯥꯜꯂꯦ.
Sub center gi di
ꯁꯣꯔꯤ
yaw.
ꯁꯣꯔꯤ
ꯁꯕ ꯁꯦꯟꯇꯔꯒꯤꯗꯤ
Sub
ꯑꯃꯨꯛ
center gi di
PHC ꯗ
kano da
ꯄꯤꯈꯠꯂꯛꯄ.
taw ya. Lokhatkibado.
ꯃꯣꯏꯅꯁꯨ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯁꯤꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯃꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯞꯄꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯎ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯠꯃꯦꯟ ꯄ꯭ꯂꯥꯟꯁꯦ ꯃꯣꯏꯅ ꯀꯅꯦꯛ ꯇꯧꯕꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯎꯋꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯅꯦ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯍꯪꯖꯔꯤꯁꯦ
Okay, ai sida wa kano se point ani khang ai haija hogeba ko amana ngasai gi liquid waste ki part se liquid waste ki part sidi sub center da su liquid waste management se tawgane boko Karnataka model du da gani because akoina any kit tabu oirasu amabu oirasu some amount of akoina chemical natraga reagent natraga some blood products akoi adudagi thok yai aduduna liquid waste management ki plant akoina Karnataka model bu oirasu amabu oirasu hapa darkar oi hapkane bako ani subada aina haijai ngasai gi kit to ngasai gi kit to di sub center gi level dadi adugi do dispose tawdringai da disinfect taw haibki guideline
ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨꯗꯤ ꯇꯧꯋꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯗ ꯃꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯤꯅ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯑꯝꯗ ꯀꯟꯇꯦꯅꯔ ꯑꯃꯗ ꯊꯥꯗꯔꯒ ꯁꯣꯂꯨꯁꯟꯗꯣ ꯇꯧꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯇꯧꯋꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯀꯔꯅꯥꯇꯀꯥ ꯃꯣꯗꯦꯜ ꯁꯤ ꯇꯧꯕꯗꯗꯤ ꯃꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯤ ꯕ꯭ꯂꯗ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯀꯔꯤ ꯀꯔꯤꯁꯦ ꯊꯣꯛꯇꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤꯗꯤ ꯊꯣꯏꯅ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯇꯧꯗꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯀꯣꯏꯁꯟꯁꯤ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯦꯔꯥꯏꯁ ꯇꯧꯕ
ꯑꯗꯨ ꯆꯦꯛꯂꯤꯁꯇꯗꯤ ꯇꯧ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯌꯥꯎꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯂꯤꯀ꯭ꯋꯤड ꯃꯦꯁꯀꯤ
ꯑꯗꯨ
ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯗꯤ ꯗꯔꯀꯥꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯌꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ
ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯇꯧꯔꯒꯦꯀꯣ
ꯍꯣꯏ ꯍꯣꯏ ꯏꯝꯄ꯭ꯂꯤꯃꯦꯟ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯌꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ
ꯗꯣꯛꯇꯔ ꯋꯥ ꯑꯃꯇꯪ ꯍꯪꯉꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯎꯈ꯭ꯔꯨꯜ ꯗꯤꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯛꯇ ꯁꯄꯣꯁ ꯁꯕ ꯁꯦꯟꯇꯔꯁꯤ ꯁꯕ ꯄꯤꯠꯀ ꯗꯤꯞ ꯕꯔꯤꯌꯔ ꯄꯤꯠꯁ ꯂꯣꯏꯅ ꯁꯦꯝꯅꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯃꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ PHC ꯄꯤꯗ꯭ꯔꯒ ꯃꯗꯨ ꯍꯨꯟꯕꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯌꯥꯒꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ
75 kilometersꯀꯤ ꯕꯤꯌꯣꯟꯗ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯃꯣꯏꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ
ꯁꯄꯣꯁ ꯎꯈ꯭ꯔꯨꯜꯒ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯁꯤꯖꯥꯟꯅ ꯂꯧꯋꯦꯕ ꯃꯗꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ 80 ꯀꯤꯂꯣꯃꯤꯇꯔꯅꯤꯅ ꯂꯧꯕ ꯌꯥꯗ꯭ꯔꯦꯕ
ꯑꯣꯀꯦ
ꯃꯗꯨꯅ
ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ PHC ꯗ ꯄꯤꯔꯔꯣꯏꯕꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ PHC ꯗ ꯄꯤꯔꯔꯣꯏ PHC ꯅ ꯂꯧꯈꯠꯄꯤꯔꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯑꯅꯤ थोꯛꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯌꯥꯏ PHC ꯗ ꯀꯩꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯀꯃꯟ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯕꯥꯏꯑꯣꯃꯦꯗꯤꯀꯦꯜ ꯋꯦꯁꯀꯤ ꯁꯤꯖꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ PHC ꯗꯒꯤ ꯄꯣꯠꯁꯦ ꯂꯧꯊꯣꯛꯄꯤꯕ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒꯗꯤ PHC ꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯒꯤ ꯂꯧꯊꯣꯛꯑꯒ ꯄꯤꯈꯤꯕꯅꯗꯤ ꯈ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯗꯒꯤ ꯁꯝꯃꯦꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ PHC ꯗꯨꯁꯨ ꯀꯩꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯁꯤꯖꯅ ꯂꯧꯊꯣꯛꯄꯤꯗ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯁꯕ ꯁꯦꯟꯇꯔꯁꯤꯅ ꯃꯁꯥꯅ ꯗꯤꯞ ꯕꯔꯤꯌꯦꯜꯒ ꯁꯥꯄꯤꯠꯀ ꯇꯧꯖꯔꯒ ꯑꯗꯨꯗ ꯗꯤꯁꯄꯣꯁ ꯇꯧꯔꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒꯅ PHC ꯗꯨꯅ ꯁꯕ ꯁꯦꯟꯇꯔꯗꯨꯗꯒꯤ ꯂꯧꯈꯠꯄꯤꯔꯒ ꯃꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯁꯥꯄꯤꯠꯀ ꯃꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯗꯤꯞ ꯕꯔꯤꯌꯦꯜ ꯄꯤꯠꯇꯨꯗ ꯊꯥꯗꯕꯤꯔꯁꯨ ꯀꯩꯁꯨ ꯀꯥꯏꯗꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯅꯤꯡꯕꯗꯤ ꯀꯩ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯦ ꯁꯥꯔꯞ ꯄꯤꯠ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯗꯤꯞ ꯕꯔꯤꯌꯦꯜ ꯄꯤꯠ ꯑꯃ ꯇꯧꯕꯁꯦ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯠ ꯄꯣꯂꯨꯁꯟ ꯀꯟꯇ꯭ꯔꯣल ꯕꯣꯔꯗꯀꯤ ꯆꯦ ꯆꯪꯉꯦꯕꯀꯣ I would suggest PHC ꯗꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯩꯗꯨꯗ ꯀꯩꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯁꯥꯔꯞ ꯋꯦꯁ ꯄꯤꯠ ꯑꯃꯒ ꯗꯤꯞ ꯕꯔꯤꯌꯦꯜ ꯄꯤꯠ ꯑꯃꯒ ꯁꯦꯝꯃꯒ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯠ ꯄꯣꯂꯨꯁꯟ ꯀꯟꯇ꯭ꯔꯣल ꯕꯣꯔꯗꯇꯒꯤ ꯆꯦ ꯂꯧ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯇꯣꯞꯄ ꯃꯥꯒ ꯂꯤꯡ ꯃꯆꯥ ꯁꯕ ꯁꯦꯟꯇꯔ 4-5 ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯗꯨꯒꯤꯗꯤ ꯂꯧꯗ꯭ꯔꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯁꯕ ꯁꯦꯟꯇꯔꯅ ꯀꯩꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯗꯤꯞ ꯕꯔꯤꯌꯦꯜ ꯄꯤꯠꯀ ꯁꯥꯔꯞ ꯄꯤꯠꯀ ꯇꯧꯔꯨꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯠ ꯄꯣꯂꯨꯁꯟ ꯀꯟꯇ꯭ꯔꯣल ꯕꯣꯔꯗꯇꯒꯤ ꯆꯦ ꯇꯥꯟꯅꯕ ꯆꯪꯒꯅꯤ ꯄꯩꯁꯥꯁꯨ ꯆꯪꯒꯅꯤ ꯐꯪꯕꯁꯨ ꯋꯥꯒꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯕꯦꯁ ꯊꯤꯡꯗꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯥꯏꯃꯔꯤ ꯍꯦꯜꯊ ꯁꯦꯟꯇꯔꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯗꯤꯞ ꯕꯔꯤꯌꯦꯜ ꯄꯤꯠ ꯂꯩꯖꯕ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯁꯥꯔꯞ ꯄꯤꯠ ꯂꯩꯖꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯥꯏꯃꯔꯤ ꯍꯦꯜꯊ ꯁꯦꯟꯇꯔꯗꯨꯒꯤ State Pollution Control Board na piba license to adugido magi link tawriba sub center mayam duna su sizinabaduna hena laigani aba.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Bye, sir.
Marakthana koigi kaya kalp ki incentive anova to 25 ki incentive to file almost lower bugumani sanction thopi keno tawrabani mayam award fangiba mayam within a 1 or 2 months ta fangnana bakoi site ju hona jarake aduna district level gi site gi su angamba NQAS targeted oiba 24-25 ta kaya pangiba mayam center do district quality assurance unit tagi amasung existing akoi internal assessor external assessor mayam changdana kara mating pangbiyo so that we can achieve a good target adu haijage akoi site tagi su nahan review meeting to udasu we have some collected note down some challenges also. We will try to minimize most of the challenges whichever possible. To haijage beside this atopa participants in any question leragadi amta hambiro because we still have more time. We can discuss for another 10-20 minutes I think. Then a question mayam dum share to biro any difficulties I know we know that even using the Zoom this app also many participants may be having some difficulties also how to mute how to unmute also. So I think we will have a session on this also. Any other participants who are willing to ask a question, please go ahead.
Hello? Oh, Dr. Cecil. ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯒꯤꯁꯦ ꯂꯦꯞꯀꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯗ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯗꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯀ꯭ꯔꯤꯁꯅ ꯂꯦꯞ ꯅꯠꯇꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯏꯁꯥꯒꯤ ꯂꯦꯞꯁꯦ ꯂꯦꯞꯀꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯇꯧꯕꯗ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯃꯤꯅꯤꯃꯝ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ ꯇꯦꯁꯀꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯀꯣꯏꯁꯟꯕꯨꯗꯤ ꯅꯠꯇꯦ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤꯗꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯦꯆꯤꯞ ꯇꯧꯒꯗꯒꯦ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯃꯤꯅꯤꯃꯝ ꯀꯩꯀꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯈꯔ ꯂꯩꯖꯔꯒꯁꯨ ꯃꯤꯅꯤꯃꯝ ꯁꯤ ꯂꯩꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯨ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ
minimum haidi minimum test
ai mai
tawba masing oidara nataga number of test
test makhan
availability do
kai adu leragadi minimum haita thamagadi adudo Krishna lepki nataba akoigi isagi haitare ko
adudi ai kano duni sigi aina ne ai sigi slide se share tawjarake ba adudaiduda for example pathology da harse ba urine ga routine gi urine examination siga blood sugar ga ko urine da atopa yawda ga su just urine gi albumin ga sugar ga tawdi yare blood sugar ama pathology gi da hematology gi da hemoglobin am tawraba platelet count am tawraba differential count am tawraba clotting time bleeding time tawraba adagi hepatitis B tawraba ko blood group ka typing tawraba serology da malaria ga syphilis ka tawbiraba microscopy da TB kaigumba ne TB ne microscopy da tawdoise TB ne malaria ne adagi RTI STI gi gram staining ga tawdoine ba ado sigi se microscopy gi di amuk PHC orsu UPHC orsu dedicated microscopy center amaga link tawtaragadi microscopy gi test amta tawdrusu yayabako but it should be linked to one higher center. Water quality testing tawgadawbani haibani fecal contamination gi amaga chlorine level amaga adugi testing se ado phangju phangani water quality testing gi aduga atopa emergency da hemoglobin ne PTC ne urine albumin sugar ne blood grouping HIV testing test me du yawdi dunya yam dabani
siya se siwo ishindan ya kana shindan
tabra doctor
tai
ꯑꯩꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯤꯁꯨ PPT-ꯁꯤꯁꯨ ꯑꯩ ꯁꯦꯌꯔ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯀꯦꯕꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯂꯦꯞꯀꯤ ꯑꯍꯥꯟꯕ ꯁ꯭ꯂꯥꯏꯗꯇꯨꯗꯩꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯑꯦꯠꯂꯤꯁ ꯁꯤꯡꯈꯩꯗꯤ ꯇꯧꯒꯗꯧꯕꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯣ ꯌꯥꯎꯕꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯀꯩꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯤꯗ ꯁꯔꯚꯤꯁ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯚꯤꯖꯟꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯇꯦꯁꯁꯦ ꯑꯃꯠꯇ ꯇꯧꯗ꯭ꯔꯦꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯁꯦꯕꯀꯣ ꯇꯧꯗ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯑꯥꯎꯠꯀꯝ ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯀꯦꯇꯔꯗꯁꯨ ꯇꯧꯗ꯭ꯔꯦꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯦ ꯏꯟ ꯍꯥꯎꯁꯇ ꯑꯝꯇ ꯇꯧꯗ꯭ꯔꯦꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯁꯦ ꯀꯩꯁꯨ ꯀꯥꯏꯗꯦꯕꯀꯣ ꯕꯠ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯗ ꯃꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯒꯤꯁꯦ ꯇꯧꯅꯅꯕ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯄꯦꯌꯔꯅꯦꯁꯇꯣ ꯂꯩꯌꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯅꯦꯕ ꯁꯤ ꯇꯧꯅꯅꯕ
ꯈꯔꯗꯤ ꯂꯩꯌꯦꯕꯀꯣ ꯈꯔꯗꯤ
ꯑꯗꯨ
ꯂꯩꯕ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯁꯨꯗꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ
ꯑꯣꯀꯦ ꯑꯣꯀꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯣ ꯑꯇꯣꯞꯄ
ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ
ꯍꯣꯏ ꯑꯕꯥꯎꯠ 60 to 70% ꯁꯨꯔꯗꯤ ꯀꯩꯁꯨ ꯀꯥꯏꯗꯦ ꯂꯣꯏꯅ
ꯑꯣ
ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯁꯨ
ꯑꯣ ꯑꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯊꯦꯡꯛ ꯌꯨ
ꯑꯣꯀꯦ
ꯁꯥꯔ ꯀꯣꯏꯁꯟ ꯑꯝꯇꯒ ꯍꯪꯖꯒꯦ
ꯑꯥ
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯂꯦꯞꯀꯤ ꯇꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯈꯤꯕꯒꯤ ꯔꯤꯖꯜꯠꯁꯦ ꯁꯥꯔ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ
ꯑꯥ
ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯑꯣ ꯄꯤ ꯗꯤꯒꯤ ꯇꯤꯀꯦꯠꯇ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯅꯦꯒꯦꯇꯤቭ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯁꯨ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯏꯔꯒ ꯄꯤꯌꯦꯕꯀꯣ ꯁꯥꯔ
ꯑꯥ
ꯑꯗꯨ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯅ ꯂꯦꯞꯀꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ
ꯁꯕ
ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ
ꯁꯦꯟꯇꯔꯒꯤꯗꯤ ꯀꯩꯁꯨ ꯀꯥꯏꯗꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯄꯤꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ ꯅꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯦꯁꯀ꯭ꯔꯤꯞꯁꯟꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯏꯕ ꯀꯩꯁꯨ ꯀꯥꯏꯗꯦꯕ ꯁꯕ ꯁꯦꯟꯇꯔꯒꯤꯗꯤ
ꯌꯥꯔꯦ ꯁꯥꯔ ꯊꯦꯡꯛ ꯌꯨ
ꯁꯕ ꯁꯦꯟꯇꯔꯒꯤꯗꯤ ꯀꯩꯁꯨ ꯀꯥꯏꯗꯦ
ꯑꯇꯣꯞꯄ ꯀꯣꯏꯁꯟ ꯍꯪꯅꯤꯡꯕ ꯌꯥꯎꯕꯤꯔꯤꯕ
ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ
ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒꯗꯤ
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯕꯐꯔ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯣꯛ ꯔꯤꯑꯣꯔꯗꯔ ꯂꯦꯚꯦꯜ ꯃꯤꯅꯤꯃꯝ ꯑꯣꯔꯗꯔ ꯂꯦꯚꯦꯜꯒꯤ ꯄꯥꯔꯠꯁꯦ ꯐꯥꯔꯃꯥꯁꯤꯁꯀꯨꯝꯕ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒꯅ ꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯆ ꯑꯣꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯩꯗꯨꯗ ꯀꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤꯗꯣ ꯁꯤꯖꯤꯟꯅꯕ ꯄꯥꯔꯇꯤꯁꯤꯄꯦꯟꯁꯤꯡ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦꯀꯣ ꯉꯁꯤꯒꯤꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯍꯥꯝꯕ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯒ꯭ꯌꯥꯟ ꯇꯥꯗꯕ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯝꯕꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒꯅ ꯈꯔ ꯇꯧꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯛꯄꯅꯦ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯄꯨꯔꯥ ꯒ꯭ꯌꯥꯟ ꯇꯥꯔꯝꯗꯕꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯕꯠ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯣꯛꯀꯤ ꯃꯦꯟꯇꯦꯅꯦꯟꯁꯀꯤꯗꯨ ꯀꯩꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯇꯧꯅꯤꯡꯕ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯠ ꯑꯃꯗ ꯐꯖꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯐꯤꯖꯤꯀꯦꯂꯤ ꯑꯥꯗ ꯑꯣꯐꯤꯁꯇ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯠꯇ ꯄꯨꯜꯂꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯍꯣꯠꯃꯤꯟꯅꯔꯒꯅ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯍꯦꯟꯅꯗꯤ ꯒ꯭ꯌꯥꯟ ꯇꯥꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯌꯥꯕꯒꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯚꯤꯖꯟ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒꯅ ꯍꯤꯂꯤꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒꯅ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯈꯛꯇꯪꯒꯤ ꯚꯔꯆꯨꯋꯦꯜ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯇꯧꯔꯁꯨ ꯀꯩꯁꯨ ꯀꯥꯏꯗꯦ ꯏꯐ ꯗꯤꯃꯥꯟ ꯂꯩꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯏꯐ ꯄꯥꯝꯃꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯤꯔꯛꯑꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯁꯤꯟꯖꯔꯛꯀꯦꯀꯣ but forecasting buffer stock this register maintenance stock record maintenance ꯁꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯏꯝꯄꯣꯔꯇꯦꯟꯇꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ
ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯄꯥꯔꯠꯇꯣ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯍꯦꯟ ꯍꯣꯜꯗꯤꯡ ꯆꯪꯕ ꯄꯥꯔꯠꯅꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯦꯛꯇꯤꯀꯦꯜ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦꯀꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯠ ꯂꯦꯚꯦꯜꯗ ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯒ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯅ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯑꯃ ꯁꯤꯟꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒ ꯚꯔꯆꯨꯋꯦꯜꯗ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯝꯃ ꯁꯤꯟꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯃꯣꯏꯅ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯕ꯭ꯂꯦꯝ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯗꯣ ꯗꯥꯇꯥ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯗꯣ ꯄꯨꯔꯛꯑꯒ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯞꯆꯤꯟꯕ ꯀꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯦꯛꯖꯥꯝꯄꯜ ꯑꯃ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯐꯖꯅ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯦꯛꯇꯤꯀꯦꯜ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯆꯪꯒꯗꯕ ꯃꯥꯜꯂꯦ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯁꯨꯝ ꯈꯟꯕꯗ
ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯑꯥꯏ ꯊꯤꯡꯛ ꯂꯣꯏꯁꯟꯕ ꯌꯥꯔ ꯃꯥꯜꯂꯦ ꯇꯥꯃꯣ
Okay, everyone, thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Let's wind up. We will come back with a different topic next time. So thank you to all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sis.
So let's wind up for today.
Thank you, sir.
Let's meet on next Wednesday. If hope there is no other program also next Wednesday, and we expect the district quality unit to be very active. So we expect at least a weekly some activities from time to time. The report kaga pibirap ka pai picture ama tharkera visit tobagi oigera some virtual the phone da something ama oibo oigera. At the district level also you can ask us like kisumaina koina virtual tobagi mong da zoom tobagi mong da akoina adum arrange tawrasu ai zoom gi link to tharaga akoina we can share the Zoom link and district can discuss among themselves also if required. Hai tariko. Adugi kudong sabasu dum haibiro. We will try to do it. So I think we should wind up now. Thank you all. We'll meet next time. Okay. Thank you. Cecil, let's wind up then. Cecil, are you there?
Thank you.
Oh.